Peace and blessings to the tribe. Peace and blessings to the clans. What's good with y'all? We with Neb Teharka tonight. How you doing, Neb? Peace, if you on mute. You can hear us? You on mute right now. What's going on with your old man, baby?
Everything good all my way, you know. All is.
I say.
Focus.
Let me see.
Staying highly vibrational.
All the time. Neb Teharka, your phone is muted. Can you unmute your phone? Tonight we tapping in with Neb Teharka, and he said, "Are we a victim of circumstances? Or are we locking in and creating our own reality?" He has been a little bit technical difficulty right now, but as soon as we get him, we'll get started. Because this was a good topic I wanted to have with him. Because you know I'm real big on trying to create my own reality. You know what I'm saying? I don't wait for nobody. So what you been up to, my baby?
I just been studying, writing books, man, and getting this information out there so the people can elevate themselves and get to the next level.
I say. 1 second.
Yeah, we still can't hear you, Ned.
Every time you unmute it go back on mute. What's going on? You can't hear us? Go out and come back in, Chief. Yeah, we're gonna get him right.
Yeah. Everything going your way though.
Man, I can't complain about nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people asleep right now. It ain't my job to wake them up. They can stay asleep. Right now, the commodity game is amazing. If you got eyes to see, you know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about generational wealth and everything else, but they want somebody to give it to them instead of getting it for themselves and being a legend in their family, getting it for their family.
Yeah.
So I'm just focused on the wealth right now. You know what I'm saying? Getting what's rightfully ours, preparing ourselves for the wealth, preparing our minds, bodies, and spirit for that wealth. I say.
That's it.
Waiting for Neb to get back up in here.
Yeah, so it ain't our responsibility to try to wake them up. You know, that's the work that they got to do on their own. You know.
I shall say, but that's like I said. When we get Neb going, we're gonna have a good one because he wanted to break down a lot on that topic. You back with us, Neb? Well, this gonna be an hour since Neb is a guest speaker tonight. But while we waiting, like I said, his topic was amazing. You with us, Chief? Are you on Bluetooth? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Maybe you're on Bluetooth. Your speaker, you got your earphones connected to something else. A lot of people right now are texting me saying they having technical difficulties right now. They got storms and everything else going. So if we got to catch back up with Chief whenever we get time, we can do that. But while we here, man, we were talking about multi dimensions and everything else. And hold on, there we go, right there. Peace, Chief. Say something. You can't hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Your phone's low though. Well, while we waiting, like I said, we were talking about like creating your own reality. And the brother was like, yo, we got to get out that mind frame of living in victimhood and creating your own reality and accepting responsibility for your legacy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really about that. But in the process of doing that, also we were talking about you know what I'm saying, yourself in multi dimensions, tapping into yourself in multi dimensions and everything else. Like you a mirror universe for a reason. In that mirror universe, you can tap into all these different realms of yourself, the high version of yourself, etc., etc.
Is that? And then how could one, if they were of the mentality that they were a victim of circumstance, how could they shift their consciousness in order to be a master of their own reality? And so I wanted to talk about this because this is where I have found in the Force Matrix that 80% roughly of people are in this victim of circumstance mentality. Now, the whole thing is that most people are in denial. Can you still hear me okay? They,
down until you get back and see if we can get to a closer to a better connection.
okay, do it right now. Yep.
Yes, sir. All right, now real quick, can y'all hear us now in the chat? Peace to the tribe, peace to the clans. If y'all can hear me, let me know so we can go and keep moving forward. Or was it him or is it all the technology? Because just let me know. You give me good, Omet?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it, man. I like what that brother was saying. And you know me, I'm a deep dive into it. You know what I'm saying? We talking about deja vu, we talking about multi-faceted, multi-dimensions and everything else, and finding yourself, your high version of yourself in every dimension. Or you know what I'm saying? Because there's so many different versions of yourself. When you ever took a mirror and held it to the other mirror and looked at yourself and saw all the infinite versions of yourself, and Marvel and all these other movies, they play with it a little bit. They make it seem like it's a little, it's kiddie or goofy or whatnot. But the whole time, it's way more to it than what we know. When you having deja vu, you tapping into a whole nother memory from a whole nother, you know what I'm saying, realm or dimension. I point.
Yeah. Like, so you basically connecting yourself to the universal consciousness. Your first etheric parents, which would be the innate principle. So everything that pretty much that you can even possibly think of is already in that electromagnetic field or the torsion field of the earth itself. It's just us being able to remember and take the steps, like far as meditating, sacred chants that you can say that'll give you these capabilities of accessing this information, which is the ancestral communication or the etheric web that always has existed since the beginning. So everything is really right here simultaneously. It's your higher self is right here. It's all about you elevating your vibration, far as your diet, the things that you do from day to day. If you the things you watch, stuff like that. This is what changes your vibration. This is why you practice fasting and these type of things like that, because that's what's going to get you to the God mind state, what everyone is pretty much trying to reach. And like Neb said, you're not a victim of circumstances. You are a victim of cause and effect from what you have did yourself. Because everything that you choose to do in this reality has a mirror reflection of the outcome of what you pretty much decided to do. So if you go out there and do some stupid shit, you're gonna win some stupid prizes. So it's all depending on what you feel like doing with your vibrational field, whatever level you're trying to get to. You got to take the steps that's necessary to get there. So this all it's about. It's about getting back to the knowledge of where we come from and what we here for, which is to continue the legacy and actually upgrade and add on to creation, not tear it down. They say we at the point where we still trying to figure out who we are, and that we've been doing that 6-7 years now. It's time,
60 years,
it's
70
time to get
years,
past
80
that,
years.
man. We got to let that go. It's time to actually do God things. You say you're God, activate your God mind and do what you got to do. You know, don't let these people who develop this system of a 9 to 5 and all these distractions to keep you from getting to your God mind. You know, this is what it's about. It's all of this is put in place for a purpose, not to control you, but it's to prevent you from reaching that higher state where everyone talking about your higher self and connecting to the source codes that's within you and using it to elevate and liberate yourself.
I'll say, I'll say. I love that they saying how the timeline is shifting and everything else. And they might tell us one thing, they might be like, oh, CERN, they didn't shut down CERN and everything else. But if the universe, if the time has already, some things you can't take back. There ain't no takes it back. They didn't already start merging timelines and stuff of that nature. Now, in that timeline, you notice that they shutting down in Marvel, they shutting down all the black movies, right? All the black TV shows, they doing that for a reason because we tapping way too far and way too fast.
Right.
You look at King the Conqueror, and when all of a sudden everybody talking about the Olmec and time travel and all the, you're looking at Apocalypse and all these different entities, and they slick telling on themselves or the origins or they even of their superheroes.
Right.
So I love that. And King the Conqueror, he always goes to every timeline to find the highest version of himself. We stuck on the worst version of ourselves. We started talk about a slave timeline.
Yeah.
We still talk about a timeline where we were conquered. No, that ain't my timeline. No, you know what I'm saying? We gotta tap into that luxury timeline or that genius timeline because there's a whole lot of like genius black men out here that we're not even tapping into right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Neb Teharka, he broke that down. He said, are you a victim of your circumstance? And at first I was like, nah, man, that's the wrong topic. But then it ain't the wrong topic because there's a lot of people that are victim of their circumstance. We didn't broke out of it. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of people that sit in that mindset. And me personally, I'm trying to build the ark. I ain't got time to worry about who ain't gonna jump on it with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it is, you know what I'm saying? It's like planting a seed. You do get rewards for waking people up from the dead, resurrecting their mind. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, most definitely, I can't never look in any timeline and see myself as that victim. No. But I do look in the timeline and look at myself and say, yo, I'm controlling my destiny, you know what I'm saying, my overall. You can't call yourself God. You can't even, how you a God? You can't even control your own destiny, more or less. Then what are you the God of? You know what I'm saying? God of nothing.
Yeah, yo, so it's going from. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Chief. I'm over reading comments.
Yeah, so basically, we going from a linear timeline perspective to a 0 point timeline perspective of the cosmic or universal consciousness. This is the timeline that we're changing from. It's going from individual to stepping out of the ego self and going back into the God self, and you become, instead of you going through the motion of day-to-day things and I this, I that, or things like that, you step back and you become the observer of your reality. You're merging back with that infinite consciousness that is, you know what I'm saying? So, but like you said, all you can do is pretty much put the information out for people to be able to get it. It's up to them if they get off their lazy ass and actually put the work in, because we can sit here and talk about this all day, and people, observe the information, but it's not going to click until you actually start putting it into practice in your day-to-day life. So it's all about using your higher senses. Like you looking into it, for instance, you said like you looking into your timeline and you building your ark, which is your empire, and you ain't worried about who is bringing or coming with you. That's using your clairvoyance. These people who are considered conscious and they building all coming up with different type of scientific mechanisms, they are using clairvoyance and clairaudience and getting their information from in the torsion field, the electromagnetic field, and they're aligning with different star systems, and they're receiving the radio signals that's coming down, and they are meditating, and whatever symbols or flashes of images that they are receiving, they are pretty much downloading it and then changing it to a frequency or a language that they can understand, and then that's when they come out with the great idea. You know, everybody has these capabilities. It's just that you got to learn how to use them.
I say, yo, real quick, we got Neb Teharka in the building, y'all. How you doing, God?
Let's do a quick sound check to make sure you can hear me. I had to switch locations. How we cracking?
Man, I'll take whatever I can get. You sound way better.
Way
Yep.
better. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm in the building. I was just listening to what Omek Baby was saying, and we all got it. We got to learn how to remember. It's in um, our psyche. It's in our cosmic memory, and you hear us talk about this, or you hear me talk about this all the time. You know, some scientists say we have over 100 million years of memory stored in our brain, and the key thing is not just how much are we using, but what kind of being walks the earth with that much memory. And so with that memory, what can we do? I don't think we're using 1 millionth of our potential, to be honest with you. So we're confined to these different programs and these things that provide comfort for us, and then we accept comfort in a way that makes us a victim of circumstance, a victim of what's happening, and then we develop a false container or a false personality. I call it the circumstantial persona, and then we think that's who we are.
Sure.
But that's not who we are, you know? That's not who we are. That's your circumstances shaped you and took you from the God that you are into a mechanical being that is that is focused on the physical limitations of the self. And so when we get into physical limitations, then you're dividing yourself and conquering yourself so you can enter into the holographic universe of divide and conquer. So now everywhere we go, we're experiencing divide and conquer, redlining, everything that is against us. I was having a conversation with my second mom yesterday, and she was like, yeah, you see what the sun is doing? This is a different sun since we had the eclipse in 2023 or 2024, was it October 4th? And I said, yeah, it's a different sun. She said, yeah, one day we just gonna all burn up and be obliterated from the earth. I said, are you kidding me? I said, you know what? The path to consciousness of transforming the frequency of the sun, we are suns. To transform the frequency, this is what I mean by mastering your own faith in your reality. You got 100 million years of consciousness that's stored in our cerebellum. And so when and how can we access it in a way that we can use clairvoyance, clairaudience, and transgressions in a way that we can transmute the energy, even from the sun, to make it empower us versus make us disintegrate. And so these type of things, we when we have things that come into our reality, I'm telling everybody that's in my school, the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment, don't accept it. You got the consciousness to overcome it. Why do you think we incarnated as gods into a physical body, to realize God in the physical body as we do in the ethers? So if we can realize that, we can transmute energy from the sun as we are suns. You see? And but if nobody tells you that, then we're gonna say, nah, you can't do that. You see? And then now we're gonna be living as a victim. Now the sun is creating a victim type situation instead of enlightening our life. You see what I'm saying? So these are things that's happening to our psyche, right? And so it just depends. But we start shifting into reductionism, and now we need material things to make us feel like we're something that we're not. You see? So I want us to focus on mastering our reality. How do you do that? First of all, you take responsibility and accountability, and you say, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the light. I am the source and the creator of my own physical experience. taking that degree of responsibility and evolution now empowers you to now start bringing ideals and downloads into the brain to give you the cosmic intelligence to say, oh, this is how you get to the consciousness to override this situation that's going on. This is how to stay out of the path of a tsunami. This is how to be in when there's coronal mass ejections from the earth and it creates with an EMP, it takes out the grid. This is how you can see in darkness. This is how you can do this. It's available. It's just we need to make our demands to access it. And if it's somewhere in our memory field, and it has to be, because I've gone up these levels of consciousness in such a way I'm not supposed to be here talking to you about like this. I was just a business person 10 years ago. But as I went up the map of consciousness, I could see that my experience when I was at self-acceptance, I'm creating this, was different than when I had pride or shame. You see, when I look at, oh, I'm at unconditional love for self, that means I believe and know that whatever the self tells me, I'm going to do, because it's the unlimited power of God in me. Why would I question that? Because I don't have primal trust. I got more trust in what the program is telling me than I do the own unlimited power of God. And so we have to get in our logical field enough to say, wait a minute, this doesn't add up. If I incarnated and I accept my incarnation and I got power over my incarnation, why can't I be able to overcome some of these situations that are coming into my reality? And so that's kind of what I want to set the tone with. And there's some very distinct things that you need to do to unwind the clock, the consciousness lock that got us locked into these limitations. So that's all I wanted to say for right now, and see if anybody else wants. I mean, I can keep going, but
No. I mean, I love what you said. For me, I'm doing more thinking than while you're talking and trying to take it in, because like I'm trying to figure out, when you speak, you're speaking to a vast amount of people. Now, I was just telling Omek baby that my tribe, our community, we kind of past that now. You know what I'm saying? So you talk to the ones that need what you just said, but then talk to the ones also that are kind of past that, or that are already in their God self. You know what I'm saying? You don't, because what you said is kind of like, it's a catch-22 to that, because if somebody don't already know that, you can't give them God tomorrow or today or 5 minutes from now. You know what I'm saying? Say you are God, you're responsible. They got to figure out their self, find knowledge of self. When that's not a cliche when they say knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I did want to ask you, because we were talking about different dimensions of even seeing yourself. When you say know thyself and you'll find God. And we were just, me and your Omek baby was just talking about going into all these different realms and dimensions and seeing yourself from your highest to your lower self. What will you tolerate? Won't you tolerate? And I was saying myself, like you had a great topic that you said, are you living as a victim? I can't never see myself in that role, playing that role. You know what I'm saying? I've looked at many other timelines and I can't see it. But I do love the fact that you said on the other aspect of that, on the yin yang aspect of it, you said, are you controlling your destiny? You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it right now, controlling my cosmic, my atmosphere, and everybody I meet is other guys. So we merge the universes. You know what I'm saying? I do want to ask you a quick question though. Sure. What do you know about the butterfly effect?
You know, a lot. You know, listen, small differences make a huge difference. Like a butterfly flapping. I'm gonna start like this. A butterfly flapping their wings in the eastern hemisphere can create a cyclone in the western hemisphere. It's all about the Fibonacci sequence and the ripple of the frequency. And in frequency, it's how much you frequent what you see and what you focused on. That's what frequency is, until it becomes a K constant. But the butterfly effect is very powerful, because a lot of people don't understand just how much, I'm just going to say it from a practical standpoint, these small differences, something small, the big differences that it can make. I want to circle back real quick, aside from the butterfly effect, and I want to talk to the people that think they evolved. Well, okay, if we're so evolved, okay, I'm speaking to people that we're mastering our own reality. Are we talking about it? Are we conceptualizing, realizing, or actualizing? Which one is it? So I think that a lot of us that are conscious, we're in that phase. Are we conceptualizing where we understand the concept and we can talk about it on a show like this, or can we really fuck with frequencies in the midst of the frequency going bad? Okay, what about realizing now we realize we can be God or that we are God in certain situations, but then now there's the actualization of it where we're able to transmute energy in situations. You able to I was at the park one day and there was a commotion just the other day. At the park, they were playing basketball. I was walking, and it was some violence about to kick off. And so I sat there. I was in the middle of it. Wasn't nothing I could do. All I could do is focus on changing the frequency to peace, and nothing happened. Nobody got shot. Nothing went down that's going to be on the news right here in College Park. So when I talk about this, that people know, but knowing is synonymous with doing. And sometimes we have to sit and say, okay, am I really doing this, or I'm on the surface doing it? And I don't know who's doing what, but I am saying I'm challenging people to make sure they're actualizing that aspect of mastering your reality and not just conceptualizing or realizing it from time to time. The realization is random, right? The actualization is intentional. So that's where the true power of intention comes back by a level of integrity that can't nothing happen but what you intend manifest in the physical reality.
I
So
say,
I wanted to definitely put that out there because right now it's about being able to really create and make things happen in the midst of chaos. That's how we know we got it.
I like that because, like I say, some people be like, when you say you're a chaos being, we look at that as the wrong way. In my reality, I would have saw that incident going down at the playground and minding my business. It wouldn't have been no one way or the other. It wouldn't have been no mind because guess what? Whatever they do don't have nothing to do with my reality. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. Like I create my own world, and you can't even get into my bubble. To me, in general, I have my own magnetic field. So some stuff I don't care about. That's my reality. That's my superpower.
I
Everything.
agree.
If you're in my realm, you're on this realm right now. There's a lot of very very intelligent people that are doing different things. My network is more for the God link up. Like the gods is coming together. We talking about. I don't even be worried about like people have been to my house. Several people have been in my home, and they know I live right in the center of the hood. And they shooting, they get their ratings, they all bots. It's all part of the program. I'm not here to change the program. I'm like Neo. I'll jump in the program here and now, do my little mission, and go back to wherever I go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As far as anybody else, like I said, you weren't on earlier. I said I'm building the arc. Everybody ain't getting on the arc. Everybody
Right.
ain't getting on
Right.
the arc. Last call. If you ain't helping, you
Right.
want to bring nothing to the table. If you ain't, I'm not here to save every robot and every bot and every person on it. No, we here for like-minded individuals. That's one. We creating our own heaven. We are creating our own heaven on earth. We creating our own community. Let's say heaven's a big word. Let's go something small. Everybody want to be a god. Where is your community? That's
Exactly.
Are you a god of your community? I got several communities. I got several different things that I got going on. So no, you know what I'm saying? So when I'm saying it, like I'm speaking to gods that we are here now. Ain't no bums on here. Really, you know what I'm saying? For the
No.
ones that still talking the circles and everything else. But for us, we already in that wealth state of mind. This is a Lionsgate portal. We're here
I
because we are very intentional with our thoughts and everything else. And that's why I said, when I said the butterfly effect or multi-dimensions, and going back to what you said, it's still saying what you said. I'm looking at myself from every perspective. I don't have time to worry about nobody else. I'm a Aries. My stone is a diamond. I'm multifaceted. And that multifaceted is multi-dimensions. In that multi-dimensions, where how can I pull from each one of these different characters that, like you said, there's things in my mind that we're not even using half of our memories. And we were talking about deja vu, tapping into all these other memories from different dimensions to become my higher self. I don't give a damn what they're doing on the basketball court. I'm already God. I've already proven it. I've already changed the algorithm. I don't say that out of ego. People say pride, and ego, and everything else, but it's just like the triple blackness wanting to see itself. You don't see it because it's in the darkness. It's in the shadows. It's behind the scenes up until we shine light on it.
Yeah,
So
I get it. I just want to say that there's levels to this, and I think that I got the power of alchemy of energy, but I might be using two I might be using 2 million out of the 100 million. I don't know. I don't know what I'm using, but what I am saying that wherever we are, we're not using a tenth of where we are. So now, what I'm interested in, and when I'm talking about mastering our reality, mastering the universe, is going as far into that 100 million that we can. I don't know anybody on the earth right now that can say, "Oh, I'm all 100 million. I'm 10 million." Because I'm looking at what's happening on the planet. So at a certain point, there's a responsibility for what happens, not just because we're now merging with what's called planetary consciousness. So it goes beyond what we are doing in our little silos or our big silos. It goes on to now we are merged with the consciousness of the earth. We are the gods of the planets, protecting the earth from what is going through its evolutionary process. And so that's why we have to master the way we're mastering. And here's something else. I teach this in the Hollow Mind Perceiver that the cosmos has 7 distinct, according to the cosmology that I teach, thinking layers. There's a preconscious thinking layer that before the cosmos even came into existence, before the cataclysmic rang and the bang happened and created plasma for consciousness to travel into these different galaxies and people and beings, there was a precognitive experience that developed the faculties to even do what's being done now. But you already got to have what you need to do what you think you're going to do right now. Whatever we're going to do in the future, we already got to know we have it right now, or it's not going to happen. It's going to get to a certain point and then it's going to stop. And then there's the subconscious. A lot of people just hadn't mastered the subconscious. 113, they just haven't. They're conscious, but they don't understand or understand how the subconscious works. Or I'm gonna tell you, we would all be in a much better state than we are, including myself. Then there's the waking conscious mediumship, where we're able to now, the medium of spirit is able to help us in the physical reality, be able to be gods like we were in the ethers in the body. Then there's continuing consciousness, where we're able to prepare for time travel. Then there's God consciousness, where we're able to order the dynamic of the galaxy, that the power, the omnipresent, omnipotent power of mind of God, it's just static energy. It's not that, it doesn't think for you, it don't choose for us, it don't do any of that. But when we start thinking along with its frequency, we now are able to what? Move into a dynamic expression of that, where we're able to create from that. But it doesn't create for us, it don't make decisions for us. It don't just happen because we're studying something and all of a sudden it starts creating our life, right? And then there's subliminal consciousness. This is the consciousness that's below the threshold, but this is the consciousness of the celestial realm, where we're able to communicate with entities beyond this plane of existence. And then there's the whole mind unifying everything, the whole mind of the cosmos. It's all consciousness. And if we look at it from a consciousness perspective, we can access it and actualize it while we're in the physical body. The problem most people are having is that they just are not, the body is a barrier. And this is why a lot of people are in amnesia, and they haven't been able to actualize the power yet. They're able to read about it. And I'm not calling anybody on here any bum, or I'm limiting, but I've stood next to masters where we had to do certain things in the reality in that moment. And now either we can talk about it or we could do it at that point. And so the things that are happening on the planet now requires us to not just be masters of our own, I would say, experience and reality, but for us to master the consciousness on the planet, the whole biosphere. Every species on the planet is working on our behalf with our purpose. And that's the power of focus, getting this whole nature kingdom, the marine life, the plankton, the insect kingdom, every kingdom to work on our behalf. And then truly, there's nothing that any government or any country or anybody can do with AI. They'll get swallowed up by the earth. just like that, because the purpose is that great. So I just wanted to say that because we're mastering these higher levels now, and we're mastering with practice in the physical realm, not just in our mind. And I'm seeing a whole lot of people that they're able to we able to get on here and talk about it, but now we got to actually do it. And some of us are doing it, some of us are not doing it. I'm not pointing the finger at anybody, but I'm just saying that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, that's just one of my things. I'm always the type of person that I don't ever focus on what nobody ain't doing. I'm focused on what I'm doing and what we doing. You know what I'm saying? You said Master Universe. Shit, last time we checked, they said it's a whole universe in our melanin. It's a universe in your DNA. So I'm Master B. You know what I'm saying? I don't be worried about nobody else because that's wasting time. A lot of people deaf, dumb, and blind. We got to realize some of these people are just figments of our imagination. They test. They don't really exist. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not here to save the world. I'm here to save the ones that's listening. You know what I'm saying? I'm a messenger for the 113 of those that listen to 113. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Oh, baby, what you got on the butterfly effect?
So the butterfly effect goes back right to what I was saying at the beginning. You seek and you do stupid shit, and you're gonna win stupid prize. It's a cause and effect. You know, so whatever you do, it's gonna have, even if it's a small, it's small, it's gonna affect your reality. So we like first, in order for us, like you said, you're not worried about other people because that's true. You can't worry about other people if you haven't mastered yourself. You know, this is you the only person that's gonna leave this motherfucker in that casket. So you can do all the work outside of yourself trying to help other people, and it's not gonna get you where you need to be when it comes to you and your ascension and elevating your mind and tapping into the God power and the God mind, within you. First of all, we have to realize that we are not human beings. We're not just human beings. We are literally localized universal consciousness managing a biological vehicle. So that's the first part of understanding to activate the God mind. The next step would be you mastering the masculine, which is your logic, which is your logic and the blueprint, the master builder. And after you master your masculine side of yourself, you have to tap into your divine feminine because she is the womb. It's this is how the universe was created. She's the one that you plant the seed, the mind, the whatever thought you have, and she the ones that nurture and grows your whatever you're trying to accomplish or manifest in your reality. If you don't have that balance within yourself, you're gonna always have static, just like Neb was saying, because the universal consciousness itself is not static. It's you removing all of these different noise that's in your everyday environment, cars, wind blowing, these different chirping from birds. Once you remove all of that, you will go back to the original sound that ever existed and always existed before the sum, which people call nothingness, but it has sound, right? And that sound is using your clairaudience. You are able to receive what people call downloads, and it'll be like a blueprint for you to follow based off of the information that you perceive. So when it comes to your reality and what you're trying to manifest, this is why you focus on yourself. You don't go out and you telling people, oh, I got this going on, I got that going on, because it automatically is going to put unnecessary noise because people have doubt in you, right? People don't want you to reach that God mind, right? That's exactly, especially these elites. That's the whole point of creating all the things that they have created to keep you from actually going in that direction where you need to go. You know what I'm saying? Because the universal consciousness which we have more than millions of ancient, or what you call ancestral memory, because we've been here since the beginning of creation itself. And that was, if the sun itself is 97 million years old and we existed before the sun, so what that tell you? We far from the sun. What, there's no limitations on what we can do. We only put a capstone on ourselves. That's why the pyramids was created with no capstone on them, in order to harness the energy from different star systems. And this is why you had the master's chamber, where it wasn't a burial chamber where you go in. It actually was an initiation. It just like it aligned with Orion and Sirius star system. You went in that chamber and you laid down in triple darkness for that particular night, or it might be several nights, and you actually receive that information, and that's channeling from those particular star systems, and it activated your nine mind, or your pineal gland, which is connected to your pituitary gland and your thalamus, and that is the eye of Horus. It overlays your mind. This is what you're trying to activate. And during the end of July and August is when you should be tapping in and going outside at nighttime, because Sirius is right above us at its most potent state. And if you're really trying to get into your God power, this is what you need to be doing. You need to be going out. You need to be meditating in the morning when the sun come up. We say rising, but you get what I'm saying. You go out and you sun gaze for 30 minutes, because your melanin, like you was talking about, is actually it receives energy. It can literally pull in energy from the entire environment, and you can use that because it's pretty much like your body is a whole solar panel. It absorbs information from throughout the whole entire universe itself. So what people do in your reality, going back to clairvoyance, because if we tap into that, this is how we know who to fool with versus not who to fool with, because we was able to read their whole demeanor and perceive and project their outcome. This is what goes back to being what you're doing for your community. We had appointed high priests that had these abilities to tap into the clairvoyance and can guide you with your permission, telling you what to do from what you don't need to do. So whatever somebody is doing in your reality, it's actually really fucking with you, because everything is really interconnected. You know what I'm saying? It might not be physically messing with you, but on the etheric state, whatever you're trying to manifest and get done when it comes to your like your arc you said that you're trying to build, your empire, they are hindering your shit. They making your shit look bad if you got somebody that's outside and you in the hood where it's, motherfuckers on that shit on the corner. It's fucking with your environment because it's fucking with your electromagnetic field.
I'll say this, because I don't want to go too far. Going back to, because you said a lot, and I want to catch on to it, but catch that part. It don't mess with my field because I know how to activate and manipulate energy. Y'all look at crackheads and think see a problem. I look at somebody and say that's somebody that I can give $5 to go clean up the street real quick. See, y'all don't want to do that. Y'all don't want to see nobody with nothing, right? I'm that person that hey, I need all this trash off the streets. Here's $10. I need you to go wash the car. I need you to go fix. I need you to go lay this concrete. I'll buy the concrete. Go lay this concrete in that pothole that the state ain't fixing right now. I see a bot that needs to be utilized, and they want to be used, but we scared to use that power. Now, also, I said something about the butterfly effect, because going back into what you were talking about, the Lionsgate portal and being in that royalty, because like you said, we want the power, but we don't want the responsibility to come with the power. We don't want to tell the crackhead to go fix the pothole and be responsible for paying different people and So when I say the butterfly effect, and when we talking about what Neb talk about, we already the gods. We big league. You hear? You know what I'm saying? That means when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, we call work. I think we say it so loosely that people just let it go over their head. The work means you're paying attention to the universe. You're paying to the stars. I like what you said, saying be aligned when the sun come up. Don't meet it there, beat it there. You need to be up there as soon as the sun comes up and catching it. Right now, we're in the Lionsgate portal. Manifestation, taking control of your what you want for the future. Right. Don't take my word for it. This is science. This is the stars. Listen to the guys. They talk the big words. Yeah. They say all that big word stuff, but I'm telling you, if you do the ritual, if you do the work, and go tap into those rituals, everything else becomes null and void. Nothing exists besides what I want to exist. There's nothing in my world that I don't want to be there. I don't allow them to get on my nerves.
Right. Saying, that's using your God, man. You know what I'm saying? That's going back to showing.
You walk into a room, you can read when a motherfucker full of shit from the door. Like I can see you. That's why I be listening to a lot of these women. Everybody a reader, but you having relationship problems. Everybody a reader, but you having business problems. I'm confused. Are y'all ready?
They ain't focusing on the right thing. You gotta focus on yourself. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to ain't nobody gonna get in your casket with your ass when you leave here. You know, so it's work on yourself. Once we work on ourselves to activate ourselves, then we all gonna be liberated and be back in the God state. Right. Focus on you. We don't need no damn readers. Read your own damn self. You need to read your
I'm not even gonna say readers, but one, because Neb Teharka got something to say. I'm not gonna say we don't need readers, but we need to start G-checking people and stop letting everybody just jump in these spots that ain't qualified. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't qualified for them spots. Yeah, because I got reading from Boomy. It's the same person that read Tupac, the same person that read Prince, the same person that read Malcolm X. But the one thing that I did that they didn't was I listened. A lot of people listen to the readers when you get to reading. A lot of people don't listen to their taboos. A lot of people go to different ley lines and then do your chart. You have a natal chart reading that can tell you what parts of the world you're not supposed to be in, what parts of the world that you will thrive in.
But look at this though. All of that is already within you. It's about you tapping into that God power and actually pulling that shit out. So you don't really need nobody. It goes to the point of us looking for an Allah or Jesus. It's still looking for something outside of ourselves when all that shit is already in there.
You misunderstanding me. But before you got started, right? When you first got started on your spiritual journey, you never got no readings?
No, never.
Well, for me, and that's cool. Yeah. But for me, when I came up in under the Ansar community.
Right. So don't get me wrong, Orisha. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
You're gonna have to let me finish though, if we're gonna get the point. No, what I'm saying was I got paperwork saying that I'm ranked up in the Ansar community already. The whole point of getting a reading by somebody that's approved is one, a rites of passage. You see what I'm saying? You get your roots reading. Your roots reading is telling you there's ancestral things that you might not know because we think we know everything, but you got the reading that's telling you that, guess what? You might have a curse that you don't know nothing about. That's something that's generational, that all you got to do is stop eating dates. Or all you got to do is stop eating red meat. It's simple things. So I had to get the roots reading. Everybody want to jump in and talk about this and talk about that, but you never even got to reading to know what a reader you are or not. So you respect the ones that are qualified, the readers, the oracles. Meanwhile, you would also, in the process of getting readings, now some people get to read and just go about their business, or other people get to read and say, well, damn, how do you do that? How do you use these shells to read the atmosphere? Now, to do that, you would have to have a reader to learn from. Now, yeah, you can say that you learned it all by yourself. That's cool. But I learned mine from the the grandmothers. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. From OGs that already were doing certain things, and when they say something, it changes everything. I needed to read when I was depressed and I was fucked up. And guess what? That's when I needed, years ago when my mama died and my brother crackhead, I got to take care of his kids. I got to take care of my kids. I got to figure life out. I'm stressed out, but I can't be stressed out. That's when I needed to read and say, yo, I can go ahead and put this life insurance policy on my head and do something stupid and they'll be millionaires, right? Or what do you think I should do? And the reading say your ancestors are surrounding you. Your ancestors, that's the reading. That's the importance of the reading. Yeah. We've always had oracles and readers from the Dogon. Wait a minute. From the Dogon, they're doing readings. So we can't say that. I'm saying, and I don't even want to get too far up on it. What I'm saying is, when you are God, and I'm gonna get back to you, Neb Teharka, but I don't want to get lost in translation.
Right. Yeah,
We
because
in the
you
last
need like
portal.
you gotta go to the ones that's qualified though. Because everybody, like we said,
I
everybody trying
get
to
so the Lionsgate portal. There's somebody out there that broke that down for us. Some reader broke it down from the atmosphere. Some more science, because that's what they were really on the stars. From the Dogon science was really on the stars. The Olmec science was really on the stars. No, those are readers that were reading the stars and telling us what's
fair
going on.
point.
So, you know what I'm
Fair
saying? So
point.
right now we're in what the elder readers gave us was the calendar of this Lionsgate portal. And when I say the butterfly effect is if we're doing these rituals, if we're doing the work, and we're going to these waters, these springs, these oceans, these lakes, and we putting a ripple into that water, we're doing the butterfly effect of our reality and mastering our reality. If you live in right now, if you living with any kind of ignorance or low vibrational shit, then you're gonna be on that for that butterfly effect. The 8 is nothing but a butterfly turned sideways, right? It's 808. It's an infinity. So all I think about is prosperity. All I think about is wealth and health and happiness. And you see what I'm saying? I don't have time for nothing else. That's my reality. But my bad. Neb, you had something to say?
Well, yeah. You know, it's really good to have this kind of discussion because, like I always say, it's levels to it. And here's what I know: that we're not always 24/7 in the consciousness, in the highest frequency and the highest expression of the Creator and the highest expression 24/7 because certain things happen, fatigue, hunger, these different things compromise us in certain ways where we now need to overcome. If we didn't never need to do that, we would have never came out the ethers into the physical body to see how we can do it in the physical body. So everything I love these kind of discussions because we're in a great position. Are they telling me I got to go? They we're in a great position at this point. Let me move. All right. We're in a great
That's okay.
position.
You on the land, man. Manifest and tell them leave the fuck alone.
Hey, that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to make them disappear. I'm about to make them disappear. Watch this. But anyway, but the whole thing is this, family. We all are connected to everything in the universe. So everything is relevant to a certain degree. And I love what you're saying about the readers because qualification, we got to define what qualification and measure what it is. And so people that are at a higher level of consciousness than us, that can help us elevate past some of the obstacles that have been slowing us down. And everybody got obstacles. Nobody that I know doesn't have obstacles or different things that they got to overcome because that takes away the whole purpose of regular life. What I try to do is try to appeal to what people are dealing with on a daily basis. I know it comes out my mouth, but I know whatever these people pulling up and doing, they gone now. I know that when we come into certain situations that catch us off guard or whatever, then we got to execute in that moment of truth. That's our moment of truth. Right now, in the 13 moon calendar that we follow, it starts in the dog days of summer. It starts on the 26th, and then, it's right in that Lionsgate portal period where we're now moving into where Sirius is at its highest frequency or brightest light, in the solar system. And so with that, when we focus on the light, what does that really mean? How does that make impressions on our physical brain in the corpus callosum to help us change our DNA, change the cellular representation of who we are into transforming on who we're going to be? And so that practical process we need because we living in a mechanical simulation. So every day that we come in to something, we're going to be spiritual gods in an artificial matrix, and we're going to come into obstacles that's going to challenge what our abilities and capabilities are in that realm. And so what's really good about it is in terms of reading. Now I'm like, oh, baby, I never got any readings. A lot of my stuff I ended up intuiting things, and I'm not saying I know everything and all of that, but what I am saying, I just followed the intuition and followed the path of what I said, and the knowledge was so precise that I just could, my path showed me you need to trust your intuition. You need to trust what's being shown to you that's from your heart. So my whole advanced mind came from a trusting and a developing of the heart in such a way that I removed the judgment so it couldn't block my mind from accessing the intelligence of the universe. Now that's what happened with me. So a lot of my teachings come into showing practical ways that you could deal with these situations. Because like you said, if we are gods right now on this planet, okay, well, how do we have trouble making decisions? How do we figure out how the science of mating works? What's happening in our family breakdown of the breakdown of the family unit? How do we have a community with broken family? You know, these are things that now we apply our advanced spirituality to, so that we can, because it's all part of us as well, whether we like it or not. We're all affected. I'm affected by you right now and what you say, and Olmec, baby, so we can align and create a greater God force, because it's more than one of us merging together and now spreading our influence throughout this whole atmosphere or biosphere of the planet. And all the insect kingdom knows it, but when the purpose is so great that it's beyond the planet, but it's to support the biosphere on the planet, we now can do these things. And so going back one more time to the readings, I would like to get more readings myself to see how that aligns with the downloads that I'm receiving for what I can say is the unmanifest, or the source of all creation is depositing frequencies and energy in my mind that's giving me a vision and saying, go this way. All right. You know, and sometimes I'm going this way and it's a difficult path. But from the difficult path, I develop muscles that's so strong, that's so durable, that's so able to overcome the obstacles that come my way, that I'm unshakable. Bring it. Go ahead and bring this. Go ahead and bring that. I'm able to continue to exercise my spiritual muscles on something practical that's coming to challenge me. And that's what I want people to really be able to appreciate, because the challenge, watch this, is here to help us remember what we dismembered from. Without a challenge, then you can't really build your strength. Or can you? I haven't seen, so I welcome the challenges, and I know that as we evolve into greater levels of consciousness, the challenges get greater. Great. Then the focus becomes greater. And so we keep on elevating until we can't elevate no more. We just make our ascension. Go ahead.
That's what, when you say the challenges and everything, that's what just kind of messed me up, because at a certain age of your life, there shouldn't be no more challenges, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? If you said they were born in this matrix, that means we are of the matrix. It ain't like we were born outside the matrix. We've been doing this for so many times. We know the cycles of the sun. We know the cycles of the moon. We know next year they're gonna have Christmas, or this year they're gonna have Thanksgiving. We know all these different things.
Once you can't be challenged no more, you can't grow. So then what's your purpose? What's your purpose then? You tell me.
Well, I was talking, and then you asked me a question, but I was telling you. Like,
okay, oh my bad. Go ahead.
So what I was saying was, after a certain, there shouldn't be a challenge if you already seen the cycles. How can I fall for the same mistake? That means we are retarded people if we haven't learned from the last challenge. Because if I've learned from this challenge already, I wouldn't make the same mistake. It can only be a challenge if it's something that I can't see ahead of time. Or if I can make the same mistake over and over again, or getting the same results, I'm making a challenge trying to figure it out.
I'm not talking about the same mistake. I'm talking about a new challenge on the level of consciousness that you on. You're saying that you reach a level of consciousness where there's no challenges?
So every time I say something, you're going to cut me off, right?
No, that's just 2 times. It's not every time. I'm just asking you because the challenge is part of the remembrance. So I'm listening.
Okay. Pressure makes diamonds. You went through your challenge through the amount of time that you made that diamond, right? But after that, it doesn't go through pressure no more. Then it goes through its flower state. It goes through its great state. Mm-hmm. Now, once again, I'm gonna say when going back to what you were saying, because you're talk and nobody interrupted you one time on my show. I never interrupted you. So what I was saying was, when you said about advanced, you have in your mind, you have this mind frame of what you call advanced spirituality or consciousness or whatever, because you feel like you have to say so of what advanced consciousness is, right? But what I was saying is when you said that, oh, because when you're advanced conscious, you got to adapt with your family and you got to do this. I don't got to do anything. I live my reality every day. I cut everybody off just like shit, the average prophet to cut one of their family off. There is no family if they don't believe in the same mind frame. I cut, you know what I'm saying? I cut a lot of things off because of that. If you're saying advanced consciousness, most of the prophets cut their family off and went about their mission. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna be real about it, because a lot of people, if you're advanced consciousness, we know a lot of these people are bots and they're not really your family. They're agents to try to distract you and everything else. Some of those so-called challenges are unnecessary challenges that we can avoid the trap. If like Neo, he didn't have to dodge the bullet no more when he read the code. If I know the same code is happening, there should be no more challenge. Who can challenge me now? Can you name somebody that's gonna challenge me in any aspect of anything besides talking? You might challenge me on talking. Now, the thing about that is when you're in advanced consciousness, we don't have to talk. We don't have to have any problems if we evolve past that. Y'all are living in a world where it's always problems. It's always a problem. It's always, I don't have no problems. Mother ain't gonna fuck with me, period. On no realm, which shape or form. Listen, a lot of people be talking and ain't got no kind of wealth. Compare with me on that. A lot of people ain't got no land. Compare with me on that. What problem, what other pressure is there besides pressure that you put through yourself because you haven't evolved as a diamond? You did the pressure if you as a young man, you had pressure as a young man. When you're 20s, you might have pressure in your 20s. This is because everything's brand new to you. But by your 30s and 40s, why are you still having pressure? You have not learned anything from all this pressure that you had, all these same cycles of lessons, because ain't nothing new under the sun. I can tell you that for a fact. You have not went through nothing that ain't nobody else went through, but everybody just, they want to make they seem, because you got this label, because you're the authority of consciousness and what everybody else is supposed to be doing, right?
Yeah, I'm not the authority on consciousness.
So what do you mean when you say advanced? What's advanced consciousness? When you said advanced consciousness,
now you interrupted me. But I'm saying
no, it's my show. Ho. You do know it's my show, right? Hold on.
I do. I'm not trying to interrupt.
Hold on 1 second. Boom. I don't understand what people talk about. Yeah, I interrupt you. The fuck you talking about? That's not. Is it not? I control my environment. I control what's said and not said. Now, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Boom. Magic trick. Voila. Magic. Go ahead. You had something to say?
I do. And listen, I'm not trying to go back and forth with you. I
don't go back and forth. No, you said challenge, but like I said, there's no challenge. I'm always in authority. Now, where's the challenge?
I'm telling you that there's always a challenge. Neo had a challenge, and I'm challenging you right now.
Challenge me.
Yes, I am. I'm challenging you to think further than there's no challenges, because Neo had challenges in all of these situations. We oftentimes use movies and things of that nature. And the reason why I'm doing it is because it's a way to exercise your spiritual power. How do you exercise it when nothing happens to you? How do you exercise?
I said at a certain age, you should have experienced everything there was to experience by 33 years of age. After that, what other challenge is there? You should not be having a financial challenge because you know that every 30 days you got to pay bills. I be hating when people talk about all these bills. Everybody in reality got bills. Everybody in reality got kids. What challenge do you have? Everybody in reality is responsible for their health. Everybody, guess what? And after all that shit y'all doing to live forever, guess what? I guarantee you, ain't none of us getting out of here alive. I guarantee you.
I agree.
So with this illusion that everybody's supposed to be a certain type of way and live like y'all want them to live and acknowledge things, no, make that shit make sense. Help balance this balanced universe. Everybody talk about the universe. Be the balanced universe. Who are you helping? Who are you helping?
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm just saying, if I can't respectfully disagree with what you're saying, then we can have a conversation.
No, you can respectfully disagree because you can all you want. All I said was, what challenge was there? You never answered the question, but you respectfully disagreed just to disagree.
Well, you
said there was no challenge for me.
Well,
I said there was no challenge for me. You say you're a god, and then you say you have all the challenges. You say you're a god, and then somebody tell you to move. You say you're a god. No, when somebody
maybe I'm not the god that you are, that don't have challenges. Maybe I'm not at your level. But what I'm telling you is that there's challenges. I'll tell you one with aging. When you're gonna have your challenges are gonna come different, is what I'm saying.
Hold on, you said aging.
Yeah, I'm saying that.
Now, it can only be a challenge. Think about what I'm. Now, this is a serious question. How can that be a challenge? How would you? Why would you allow yourself to be challenged by age when that's something that's inevitable?
Listen, it is inevitable in concept. This is what I mean by conceptualizing, realizing, and actualizing. When you actually start breaking down physically, it requires something different from you mentally. And the challenges come different, is what I'm saying. They don't come the same way. The diamond gets, we don't just get one kind of challenge, is what I'm saying. They start coming different ways, and it requires you to evolve past that challenge. And there's levels to it. You know, I used to think the same thing. I'm telling you, but I know for a fact that as you progress on the path, you come into challenges and they become on the earth. They don't become individual. You reach a certain level that it goes beyond you. It ain't about you. It comes to a level of that.
Let me build up on this.
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead,
seeing
go
both.
ahead,
I'm seeing both of y'all perspective. Both of y'all are absolutely right. I'm not taking nobody's side, right? I'm just telling you from a perspective of looking at it as a whole.
He passed it.
You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to Orisha side of it, he's looking at it sitting in his God pillar that he doesn't see challenges because he is going to always come into a position of taking care of that challenge. Now, in reality and truth, there is a resisting force. That force is called sixth ether. That is what you consider the motherfuckers who in charge of this shit right now. You know, because of it's to a point. There is a challenge when it comes to getting to your next level. For instance, none of us have mastered clairvoyance, clairaudience, telepathy. That's our next God challenge that we're trying to get to. You get what I'm saying? But from Orisha perspective, it ain't no challenge because I'm gonna handle that shit regardless of the fact. You get what I'm saying? So both of y'all are right. You know, it really isn't no. It's just y'all just seeing it from different angles of light,
and I'm
which
not saying,
both y'all are absolutely correct.
Yeah, I'm not saying Orisha Stone is wrong. What I'm saying you said perspective. So once you bring a perspective in, it's not an absolute truth. It's his perspective, it's my perspective, it's your perspective, and we're sharing our experiences so that those who can relate to each perspective can grow and advance. I've overcame every challenge that come my way.
Exactly.
But I don't look at it as it's not a challenge. I look at it as an opportunity to grow. I have the psychology over it, but I'm just saying, I think that we're saying the same thing, but it's a matter of schematics. I'm not saying there are no challenges. I don't tell myself that. Now, that might be Orisha Stone's methodology for how he overcomes it. He just puts his blinders on and focuses, and can't shit fuck with him. Okay, great. But my perspective and how I do it is different. And so I'm not knocking what Orisha Stone is saying. I'm not knocking what I'm saying. I'm not knocking what Omeg Baby is saying. But I'm saying the way I approach it on my day-to-day is the way I approach it. And it's not a matter of absolute truth that there ain't no challenges. It's just how you see it, a perspective. You see what I'm saying?
When it comes to how reality unfolds, right? How no one, and when it comes to knowledge, no one is really actually wrong when it comes to it, because it's how you may receive the same download from me and say it's gonna be a damn red car coming up the road, and then the next person say it's gonna be a damn purple truck. None of you wrong. It's just how you perceive the information or the light code that came in. You know what I'm saying?
And real quick, I'll say this. 1,000 parts. Real quick, I'll say this. You know who came up with the title for the show tonight? Neb Teharka. Neb Teharka is a master teacher. Man, I'm affiliated with Melanated Immortals. Neb Teharka is one of the founding members of Melanated Immortals. This guy right here. When I speak to him as a god. You know what I'm saying? When the first thing he came to me, he talked to me about 2 days ago. He said, "This is going to be the topic. This is the energy we running with today." That's it. He'll give me the topic, and we'll go our different ways and bring it back the information, right? What he said was, or a master of your reality. Now, remember I said in the beginning, I can't relate to, are you a victim of circumstance? I can't be a victim. We are black men. We can't allow ourselves to be victims. Who the fuck gonna come and save you? Who the fuck give a fuck about you? I can't live in that. No reality. Can you see yourself as a victim? You can't be on here talking about a victim.
I don't. No, at all.
No,
but I
I'm
know
talking about
people do.
no. I'm talking about your title. I'm giving you big because then you said that the master of your reality, and that's the part I felt so much, and that's why I was like, that's what I can relate to right there. That's what I'm talking about. If we're gonna master reality, then that's what this is my foundation. You know what I'm saying? This is master of reality. I master this. When you said challenge, any challenge, I'm an Aries, I'm gonna remove it. Anything with horns is gonna move all obstacles out of the path. There is no
Absolutely.
I run through it.
When there's a problem, the answer is already there already. It's just
Already
like
down.
you're looking from a perspective of a God mind, and that's how we supposed to be maneuvering if we're going to get back to where we need to be.
That's it. Because then obstacles. I know. I understand what that brother was saying. If we were younger men, right? Those obstacles build character. It build wisdom. We get there. But wisdom means there's nothing new under the sun. That means in that 360 degrees day cycle, they've done all the stupid shit they could do. Wait a minute, they did it this year. They did it this Thanksgiving. They did it last Thanksgiving. Wait a minute, he said supreme consciousness, right? I don't even celebrate Thanksgiving no more, so they can't give me no more on that, right? They can't poison me with the food no more because I don't eat the shit. Can't poison us if you don't eat that shit. All these different things that we keep talking about the same thing. We're going to talk about the Easter Bunny. We're going to talk about all the holidays. This is their cycle. Now, when Neb Teharka talking about getting into your own calendar and own cycle, that means I'm creating my own reality. I don't have to talk to a crackhead at all. In my reality, I don't have to work for anybody. Listen, when I get push money, I'm either furniture or helping a business or flipping a damn storage unit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's too many ways to get it to have to be worried about. Like, I hate when men be talking about some. I've been around certain people. They be talking about some. Damn, I need money for a bill. Well, go get the fucking money. You talking about $100? What the fuck is you talking about? Are you a man? You ain't even qualified as a man. To my guys, they're not on a conversation with us.
Yeah.
You borderline a man, more or less a king, more or less a god or a universal being. So they shouldn't be in a college course. They're supposed to be still, you know what I'm saying, doing their basics.
Yeah, But let me say, let me interject just real quick, because I'm talking about on a planetary God level. You're responsible for the earth. Eventually, that is the ultimate level of mastery. When we're talking about storage units, when we're talking about money, when we're talking about stuff like that, we're talking about the material world. That's easy.
Say that.
That's easy.
Now,
Can I finish? Can I finish what I'm saying?
Go ahead. But you attack. But I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying that I'm clarifying my perspective. That's what I'm doing.
I wasn't going against you. I wasn't going against you at all.
I didn't say you was. I'm just clarifying my perspective so that I'm clear for myself and what I'm saying on this planetary level, what we are doing, that we're responsible. Then it gets to a level, right, where we're responsible for just more than just ourselves. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about on that level. That's not something that I mastered that 10 years ago, 20 years ago. That's not something I'm talking about. And I want to be clear on that. What I'm talking about is being able to be the gods of the planet in a way that now we are in a planetary consciousness. We could be deployed to a whole nother planetary system and bring balance and harmony and divinity to that, so the whole consciousness of that sphere can go to its next octave. That's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. And those challenges that I'm talking about are well beyond the challenges of, let's say, relationships, or let's say I got to get some money for something. I'm talking about more of what's causing discord in the earth. And then now we've gone to a level where we can resolve that discord, and that's going to challenge us a little bit different than our individual experiences. So that's what I wanted to clear up. I'm not going against you, or I'm not saying you were going against me. I just wanted to be clear on that's the level that I'm talking about.
And let me say one thing. I agree with everything you said except for one thing. The only thing I was trying to interject on, and not to cut your wisdom, the only thing you said that the material things is the illusion. But it went over everybody's head when I said I paid the crackheads to clean the neighborhood. You said I was responsible for the earth, for this realm, right? And you can ask Hawkeye. He came down here. He seen my neighborhood, and you said I'm responsible for it. So I paid the crackheads to clean the community. Did you not hear that? And I used this material to control these bots to do as my will. So I am, you know what I'm saying? I am what I am. But what I am,
you know that, right? I'm not saying you're not. Yeah, I'm not saying you're not. I just want to be clear on that. I'm not saying you're not. I'm not taking an attack on
No, no.
you.
The only thing I wasn't saying that at all. The only thing I was addressing was when you say that when we want the money, when we want these material things, but then we say we can do that. We can be brothers of the struggle, but I don't want to be brothers of the struggle. That's exactly what we need the material things. So we need the material things.
Yeah,
So when you say that, it kind of feels like it's an attack on me. That when everybody says,
I'm not attacking you.
I'm just telling you that a lot of people say that when you listen, when we try to show ourselves approved, man, look, we got this, we got that, we got this for the tribe. We putting on for this, we doing this. Now it's they want to move the goalpost and say, well, no, that's material. It ain't material when the white man got it. It ain't material when the Jewish man got it. You talking about? We the only ones out here thinking we're gonna change something with love and light and everything else. No, and we the only ones, like you said, we the only ones that think that this God or deity is only light.
No, I don't.
It's a complete balance, and we got to control both from the darkness and the light. But real quick, let me not be disrespectful. We got young elder in the building. I wanted to bring the elder on to introduce your elder with to Neb Teharka, because both y'all masterminds. And okay, baby. Young elder, what's good?
Hey, peace. We just made it back, man, from the 8, man. We had to go get my boys, so we back down there and back home now.
Oh, we on some other stuff, man. We on some guidelines shit. We brain building right now. We in the ethers trying to build on. Are you living as a victim of your circumstance or a master of your reality? What you got on that, Chief?
Yeah, man. I heard y'all talking about I think the religion really gave us that, oh, we don't need gold, we don't need this, we just need to have some because it's like they sang this song in church, in my church, I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. And that really was like a psychological thing to make us think, to be happy with what we got and be happy in our position, and then we never want to move up. It's the same as the projects. The projects, they only paying like $25. Some people paying $100 a month. So they like, I ain't gotta really do nothing. I could go out here and sell a couple pieces of rock, some drugs, get $100, pay my rent, pay like another $100 in bills. I'm good for the month. All right, and then they got food stamps. All these things were really to hold us back, but then it's also was psychological too, because we started the food stamp program. The Black Panthers, they started feeding the youth, the young people, and to counter them and silence them, they came out with the food stamps. In my perspective, so it's like they always want us to be happy with being broke. And we know, I'm not talking about like actual money, like, because that's fiat, right? Fiat currency, even though you can still utilize it now and transfer it over into other things like assets. But yeah, man, I think it's a psychological tactic and psychological warfare, because they came over to steal our gold. They came over to steal our wealth. So at some point, I think that when we had the wealth, we really would. We had so much of it, we really wasn't tripping on. It wasn't we weren't material as we was back then, because we had shitloads of gold, right? But then when they came and took our shit, put us into this stupor, I think it was all psychological, man. So you got different perspectives on it, right? Because sometimes you got greed. Greed can mess you up, man. Greed can get you on a path where you can become, for my lack of a better word, evil. You can become evil with greed. Like I'm saying, being wealthy and greedy is two different things to me. Being wealthy and greedy is two different things. You know what I'm saying? Greed. So yeah, I hear what you're saying. I heard the brother, and I heard what you saying. I think we should do a little bit of both. It's always about balance. You know what I'm saying? And the universe is about balance. So yeah, we need to get the money. We need to get to the bag. At the same time, we don't need to be so out of the bag that we lose sight of our spiritual yeah.
Not 1,000%. Not because I'm with you. Like I say, cycles, right? You only for the bag. Like Nipsey Hussle said, I almost forgot what I was doing, right? You only doing it for the goal. What is the goal? What is your goal? Now we have goals. The goal is to get some land. The goal is to get some land and make sure I can secure these little acres of land and make sure my family is secure and they can do what the fuck they want to do on their land and they ain't got to answer to nobody. They ain't got to move if they don't want to. They can grow what they want. They can eat what they want. They ain't got to run no pesticide. That's power. That's power. You know what I'm saying? So that's the goal. Are you doing that? Niggas get money and go buy shoes. You a dummy. You a dumbass. Niggas get money and go buy rims. Niggas get money and go buy $100 shirts, t-shirts, $100 t-shirts. Niggas go buy glittery pants with little rhinestones on them, little glitter monsters.
Yeah, they go back to They go. My bad for cutting you off. That goes back to, you remember that movie Baby Boy, when the brother came in the room with Tyrese and his homeboy. He said it's guns and butter. See, there's a difference between guns and butter. Yeah, guns and butter, right? So the butter is the shit like you name, like shit they go when you wash it. When you wash $100 shirt, it's gonna start to fade. When you drive out, you go buy a brand new car. I never buy brand new cars. I always buy it because when you drive off the lot, you automatically losing $5,000 as soon as you drop that car off the lot. So those type of things. But if you go buy like a car like a Rolls Royce and you don't drive it that much, the value of it, like the value of shit go up. Like my glasses, I buy vintage glasses, and because they got a serial number on them. And after a while, they go up because they only make certain shit for 1 year, like Versace and all them. Even though them jokers don't give a damn about us, Versace and Luke, they don't give a damn. Those people really don't even wear some of them don't even wear their own shit. They don't even wear their shit. They want us. They want to promote it to us. Really, people with real money, they don't even stunt like that. Like Jeff Bezos, he on Amazon, right? He wears fucking Walmart clothes and drive a Honda. You know what I'm saying? But he's a billionaire and he get money every day, like all day, off of Amazon. So yeah.
Now, go ahead. Real quick, I'll say this because Neb brought up a good point. But then he said we're the custodians of this universe, this earth, and everything else. And on this earth, rare earth minerals. That's why they're digging in all these melanated lands to get these rare earth minerals. We can ignore the earth. Guess what? Gold is a rock. Silver is a rock. Comes about the earth. You know what I'm saying? They go into these places. You don't want to be custodians of it because we saying it's just material things. But meanwhile, tourmaline is an energy conductor. A shungite is an energy conductor. They have stones over there, stones that are energy producers. Now, this isn't me making this up. This is something the ancient Olmecs did. Did the Olmecs have the arm cuffs on? If you say I'm materialistic, did the Olmecs have this the turquoise and stones on? Ancient Egyptian have all this stuff on? Why did they have it on? The first thing that cracker did when they came over here was make sure you didn't have none of your sacred adornments on. And the nigga hate on you for having it. That's the crazy. We hate on each other for having it.
It's religion, man. It's religion. You know, Islam, they don't even like some of the Muslim sects. They don't even believe in wearing jewelry.
Listen, they tell the black people that shit. There's no function in Islam. All that shit is lies. We passed in this class. We passed the illusion of lies, the religion of lies. Prophet Muhammad loved turquoise. Prophet Muhammad loved turquoise. Look it up. How can you say this? Prophet Muhammad is the reason I don't wear gold now. He said gold is for the women and silver was for the men. He was like, gold is too flashy. Men warriors, we wear silver. This is what Prophet Muhammad said. Look it up right now in the Hadith, the ancient Hadith.
I know. I remember he said it. They also said that we couldn't dance, but the Prophet Muhammad used to have music, right? They said we couldn't have music.
The Quran said the desert Arabs, the worst hypocrite. Them niggas was slow as shit. The whole reason we sent Islam to them was to civilize those people. We know this to be facts. They're still uncivilized months now. So it's not like that religion was set for us. Those instructions were set for them because they were uncivilized. Look up the timeline. I don't want to have to do their work for you. We missing them because
I know exactly what you're saying.
You know exactly what I'm saying? So anything they're saying about that is cap. There's not one single religion where they didn't have jewelry in their religion. Shango came down with gemstones on. Shiva came down with gemstones on. The Olmec came down with gemstones on. The Anunnaki came down with arm cuffs and gemstones on. Stop me when I'm lying.
No, only person that didn't. Well, they say this. What some people say that Inky started it, right? They didn't like when they wore diamonds and shit, but they didn't wear gold, right? So they was collecting the gold. But I don't know, like it's different perspectives on it. But they say Inky the one started it, huh? But they had diamonds and shit, big boy diamonds and big boy wristwatches, all it.
In the tablet, he specifically tells the high priest they need lapis lazuli. You see, this people don't even know where lapis lazuli come from. That's not an ancient Egyptian thing. It was imported to ancient Egypt. You get lapis lazuli from the Afghan mountains and stuff like that nature. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's the one that wrote in the tablets to have lapis lazuli because lapis lazuli is the stone of heaven. Azurite is the stone of heaven. These are the stones that you now for everybody to be so mastered consciousness. When you say these are material things, these are also spiritual tools that you can tap into to go into these other realms and dimensions. Wait a minute, don't take my word for it. Look up Azurite. I just make it look good. Exactly what you're like I first said, I can't bring you what you want, so you can learn what to want without brain to brain. Well, Dr. Neb Teharka said, hide your technology as jewelry.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. Because even if they didn't wear the jewelry, it still was inside of the technology. You feel me? You know, to time travel and shit, they use crystals. Even your pineal gland has a calcite crystal that pretty much is an activator, and you also have magnetites inside the mind. So you know, you can't be a god and not have your wealth. Like, what, you're a broke ass god at this point?
Hey, to add to what you're saying,
too serious.
Hey, to add to what you're saying, also, they told, I think it's just what they try to tell us so they can steal our shit, right? Because if you want to go with the Jesus narrative, the three wise men brought him gold and all kind of other shit, frankincense. Yeah, so he wasn't Poe, like he wasn't no Poe Carpenter. The Magi priest brought him gold for one of the gifts.
Cop out, man. I'm telling you. Listen, word is bond. I know this. This is the cop out to kill. Listen, whenever a black man does anything, the cop out, destroy. You don't have to worry about. They know they can't put their hands on us. They know they can't destroy us. Can't nobody destroy us but us, right? So they know that no matter what a black man do, all you got to destroy him is send his people at him. Guess what? We got to listen. This is what you're attacking for. Read off this. Listen, if he's too shiny, he's materialistic. If he's too conscious, he's a hotel. They never ever listen. A nigga can't never win in this realm. That's why I say fuck everybody. Focus on yourself. Build your own arcs. Build your own universes. Because the motherfucker will always try to damn stretch the dumb goalposts. Guess what? We got people trust in the tribe. We got people that got land in the tribe. We buying them animals. We buying these motherfuckers herbs in the tribe. But I'm materialistic. Was I materialistic when I put thousands on everybody's business? You know who it is. You know some of these cornball niggas. I invested in their business. They ain't turn their back on us. That's what we got to get. We got to get rid of these cornball ass mentalities.
Yeah, you gotta have balance, man. You gotta have both.
You definitely gotta have
balance. Where you do God man stuff, and then sometimes you gotta shut it off and do your physical work, because we are physical beings as well, you know. And then once you gotta have balance. Once you stop doing that, you elevating. It's you know, you have an update your processor, because you got a CPU and a RAM within you. You gotta let that shit reprocess and build up. And now you got the new up-to-date security. And now you go back and go do some more universal God shit, and then you gotta have balance between it, you know.
That's
in the Matrix and more. And I'm gonna go to you real quick, Neb Teharka, before I start. And because bro, he a big time more on here, right? I don't want no problem with you, your elder. I've been seeing you put off for the board. But in the more thing, he said that you always got to be 5% spiritual and 4% material. That's the balance. We want to be so spiritual, we're gonna be like, I didn't miss the whole point. 5% spiritual, because there's no number over 9. Everything revolves around that sacred number 9. Do your research on that. But 9% spiritual, I mean, the material means you gotta have. If you're the landlord, if you're the vice general of this earth, you gotta have what's rightfully yours. And everybody wanted to be given to them. Don't nobody want to take it. Are you lions, or y'all cowardly lions? We talk about the yellow brick road. We talk about the straw man. We talk about the Emerald City, but we don't want to put the mirror up and say there's a whole bunch of cowardly lions out here.
That's what I was saying earlier. That's what I was saying when you said don't worry about nobody. That's what I'm not worried, but I'm saying that we have to identify those individuals that are portraying one thing and another, so we can either help them elevate or not. They can get out the way, because it gets in the way. Can I go ahead and make this point real quick, because this right here is it. When I came into consciousness, I came in maybe different than y'all, because I came in making money. I came in a business person. I came in doing government contracts, doing all the stuff that we're talking about. But I wasn't, I like what Omeg Baby said, I wasn't balanced. I knew that I was missing. I knew my heart had too much judgment in it. I knew that I was susceptible to corruption and greed. I just knew it. I wasn't ever a bad person, but I could see how I was going at what I was going at, that I was missing a great piece of balance. Now that was 10 years ago, or about 11 years ago, when I came into consciousness, Pan-Africanism, all this kind of stuff. And I said, wait a minute, I have to open up to this to this way, because I could be 1,000 times more effective and wealthy and all these different things by tapping into this type of knowledge that we're talking about. And so with that being said, all the things, especially the different way we channel energy, it is so powerful once we can develop the self-image of who we are. And the image is really interesting. The image is not synonymous with what we say. It's synonymous of how we perform and what we do in different situations. I could be on here right now saying what I'm saying, but everybody gonna be faced when they get off this call with their own personal reality, their own things that's waiting for them, their own circumstances. They're doing right now, they're doing push-up, one-arm push-ups, whatever they're doing to strengthen, to challenge you in a way so that you can become the next level of yourself. But again, when me and brother Orisha was talking, he has a different approach to that than I do, but it's the same thing. And so what I'm saying is we all can put our heads together. We all different universes and multiverses, and we all different arcs. But right now we coming together for something greater than just what I'm doing, or greater than what young elder doing separately, or Orisha Stone, or Old McBaby. We come, or this is why I'm coming on here, is to produce something that learn from y'all and y'all learn from me, and we can do something far greater than we ever could do separately. And that is something even on in our ability to bring together the alignments of what we know, so that we now can demonstrate that and now be a model for other people. And the more that we're able, what they do is their business now, but when they align with the higher expressions of self, then now we're able to do something together and collectively we couldn't do on our own or as an individual. And so I'm really excited about, I love these kind of conversations. I'm unshakable. I love these kind of conversations. You can say what you want, put me in the cube, whatever, I'm coming right back, because guess what? We're here for something greater. We're here for something greater, and that's staying power. If you can't, if you're gonna if you ain't got rhinoceros skin and you're gonna get shook by something what somebody say, then you ain't gonna be able to hold the frequency when something gets a lot more harder to do, or it requires a lot more effort, let's say that, to do. We're gonna get weary and weak at the knees, and I don't see that in nobody on here. I really don't. So I love this dialogue, and let's keep on pressing the envelope so that we do all the things. Let's set some goals. What are we gonna do together? I know what I'm about to do as an individual, but now when we get together and do it, I just know it's so much more interesting, and in some cases more powerful, when we could do some things and show other people how to get their collective efforts and combined kin together to do something extraordinary on this planet.
I say. And I want to address, you said something dope. You said when you came into the consciousness, you were already a businessman. You were already successful.
Mm-hmm.
You were already, now, me, myself, I can't speak for nobody else. I came from hell. You know what I'm saying? I came from the trickle of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's funny, I like rocks and stuff now because I was raised around concrete and steel. So it's like my consciousness came from wanting to find something better and growing from a bad situation and healing and abuse and everything else. So yeah, I'm gonna see things way different because I already seen for a lot of these men that complain and say they can't. I've been placed where you most definitely will find it in you to survive and do the most. You know what I'm saying? So in this realm, we complain and we say that we in a situation where We're not in the best situation. We're in the best situation in the world. Niggas, we are in the best situation in the world. Everybody wants to come to your hood right now and take over. Every Chinese man wants to put a store in your neighborhood right now. Every Arab man wants to come to your neighborhood and put a store right now. Everybody wants to come to America and be around y'all right now. Everybody in the world is copying us right now. We're in the best situation than anybody. Name another person on this planet that's better than us. I'll wait. They doing the fucking Dougie in Africa. They doing drills in China right now. Am I lying?
No.
For me, like for us, they can try to when we're young, they try to put those challenges on us, but then they realize something. When the black man hit that age of maturity, and I ain't big on the Bible. Hey, hold on. Boom. I ain't real big on the Bible thing, but Jesus got into his wisdom at 33. I think they supposedly they break it down, right? When a man get into his real wisdom, and we already know man mean mind, when you get into your real wisdom, there's certain things I can't even fault. I can see that shit from a mile away. I know what demon you got on you. I've seen that demon 1,000 times by now. I know the Jezebels. I know all these little tricks of the trade by now because I lived it. We grew up amongst it. The prophet, Jesus, he didn't come up from the top, he came up from the bottom, if you remember correctly. He was with the gangsters and the hoes and the pimps. Was he not? And the politicians. So that's all I'm saying. Like everybody's conscience is gonna come from a different perspective. But I love that he said that he came from a higher perspective because a lot of people are about to light energy. A lot of people are that light energy. But at the same time, it's a great balance in it. You know what I'm saying? And in that balance, we got to show ourselves approved. You know what I'm saying? Not just talk about it. We got to go out there and get it, take back what's rightfully ours. And that's my position. I ain't saying that's everybody's position. You know what I'm saying? We need scholars. The scholars just like a reader to me. We need the scholars. We need the griots. We need master teachers. We need plumbers. We need farmers. We need all these different things. And we need somebody like Mansa Musa that knew how to put it all together. You know what I'm saying? Yo, young elder.
Hey, we can put them out of business. What you say?
No, I was going to ask you.
Go ahead. Like I said, we can put them out of business. Like we can start buying back our community, and that's what Nip all I was doing. And we can start boycotting these foreign guys out of our community. Like we the main ones spend with them. If we don't spend with them, they gonna go out of business real fast. And then once they go out of business, we buy them for pennies on a dollar. We go in and buy them out for pennies on a dollar because you know the only reason they even got so far as they got is because they divide us up. They keep us against each other. They keep us, oh, I'm Muslim, so I don't agree with him. Oh, I'm a Pan-African. Oh, I'm a Moor, this and that. It's all different shit to keep us all separated. So we never can agree or come together when most of the times we agree on more than we disagree on. We agree on who the enemy is. We agree on what's happening to us. So why don't we come together on that? Like I say, like if four of us right now was to put $2,000 a piece, we could get over 15 acres, right? And then we can split it up, and all of us will have 5 or 6 acres. And the acre is a lot of fucking land. If you're from the country, you know what an acre is, and then we can start growing food on it. That's why.
What's up? You said 2,000. What's up?
I got my 2,000.
My 2,000.
Yeah,
I'm big
right. Look, yeah. So we gonna get together on that, man, because we can get that land, grow and start. Shit, we could grow enough food to last us a year on 1 acre. On 1 acre,
mushrooms,
all the herbs that we need to stay. I think that's what the brother Rizza Islam did in Cali. So. Yeah, man, we need. That's why I like the Nation of Islam. The Nation of Islam. That's why I like the Nation of Islam because they when they like if you're a part of their organization, they all work together. Elijah Muhammad set up some nice shit when he put the way he set. Even though I got some disagreements with some of the things, but for the most part, the business part of the part of setting up your own, doing for self, right? Setting up your own community where you got your own. Doc was doing it too. Doc had his own washing material. He had a bowling alley. He had a studio all on Bushwick Avenue. So yeah, so we got to stick together, man. That's the main thing. I think we got to come together on what we agree on. That's how. And then the mentality that they gave us is, Negroes ain't shit. They pump they pump all this into our head, and then they traumatized us. We traumatized in a way from the cops shooting us, from how we get cheated in they system. And I was on there last night on TikTok with a lawyer. I felt like the questions that I was asking him, he was limited with his, he got a license, so he was limited to what he could say. But I still think he was gatekeeping, because he said ain't no legal remedy, ain't no loophole. You like he just talking about you stuck in this system as a slave, ain't no way out. So, and I don't believe it. It's always, because if that's the case,
you talking to a contract and lesser being. You see what I'm saying? Again, I go back to guys and what you said, like as far as doing the business and boycotting, we supposed to be doing that anyway. We like y'all know who Barnabas is, right? Gospel Barnabas. He said, "Blessed is he who learned how to walk by watching somebody else fall." We already seen all the mistakes. We already know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? So we can't, as far as everybody else, I really just be focused on what we got going on and building up what we got going on. When we focus on ourselves, that's the best thing. Like, and it's still agreeing with what you said, but it's just certain things. Like you said, the lawyer is a lesser being. When me and the brother were having a conversation earlier, I don't allow certain people in my energy field. I know he's a lawyer. I know he ain't conscious. You said, what's one thing we can agree on? We can agree on that all y'all religions are full of shit. All y'all religions are full of lies. All y'all religions are full of rape and trying to kill the indigenous people. So you can't come to me as a religious person and talk about some your morals. Your religion was the one that killed and raped all these people. But the doctrine of discovery.
That's right.
So I don't give a fuck about Jesus, Buddha, Allah, SpongeBob, whoever you believe in. If I forgot about them, let's put in the chat, man. It's fuck them too. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in if your ass ain't have a big stone face of black men over 4,000 or 5,000 million years ago, I don't give a fuck about what you're talking about. I'm talking about the source. We talking about source. That's the only thing I can agree with you on. The black man, the first motherfucker, we already had all this established, and everybody wait for us to take it back. We push him, make sure this, make sure, but we the ones that gonna have to take it back. But we cowardly lions.
Yeah.
Everybody cowardly lions. The least you can do is get your money right. If you ain't gonna get your guns right, if you ain't gonna get your guns and butter, baby, at least get your money right and become an economic force.
Right.
And take over your corner stores. Take, like you said, go back to buying the hood, buying the neighborhoods up. A lot of places, these scholars be scared to go to, but these be the people that want it. That's why everybody else, why they putting the data centers in the hood? Why they putting everybody else stores in the hood?
Right.
Like, yeah, I mean,
you talking about the big data centers, the big AI data centers? You talking about that?
Yeah. I see they're doing that a lot in Georgia.
Hey,
yeah, I just think passed by one.
There's a lot of cowardly lions. We'll do drills on each other all day. We'll do drills on each other all day. In 2020, that was supposed to be for everybody to see. They attacked every bullshit at grocery store, soup store, and everything else. They didn't attack the 5G towers. They didn't they're not attacking the data center. We are trained strategic to kill each other and scared to kill anybody else. You see what I'm saying? That's just on the cowardly lion shit. The least you could do is get your money right and change the economic and change the economic standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, man.
Well, no. I think that it's very important that the consciousness. I always talk about the levels of consciousness, and when we allow ourselves to descend to the level of consciousness where we're susceptible to mind control, where we're susceptible to these things that have us in these certain behaviors, it is so important for us to focus on elevating our consciousness so we can do these things. We can overcome force with power. We can do these things that you're talking about, and it really, I haven't seen it be an overnight thing, but I've seen people that are every day. To me, is a practice. It's like you get a chance, an opportunity to now take your energy and whatever level of consciousness you operating at, be able to exercise that and overcome whatever's in your way from doing what we're talking about doing. We're going to get everybody, that's $8,000. We need to send a young elder right now. Well, how long will it take to do it? What's the goal? Let's do it, and let's go ahead and get the acreage so that we can feed what we need to feed, because perhaps there's something coming that is going to create some type of turbulence or something that we're going to need it. So we can start right now. We can do it right now as he spoke it out of his mouth. And so that is the whole point. And I like what you're talking about, the cowardly lion. And listen, that is an issue. And the issue is in your tissues. That's an issue. It's not you. It's not young elders. Not but I'm telling you that consciousness we can identify it. But I'm saying that we quickly have to delineate that very quickly so it doesn't disrupt none of the momentum that we can create from what we're doing by focusing in on anybody that's not moving or elevating at the pace that's going to overcome the things that are in our way to doing what we want to do quickly. I'm talking about quickly and expeditiously. It don't got to be no long process, but it will be if we too lenient on certain things. You know what I'm saying? So when we're talking about we're creating our mastering our reality, that is eliminating anything that's in place that's I call it an obstacle or a challenge. Or any situation. It could be called a situation. It could be called an opportunity so that we don't collapse space so that we can go from here to there in a nanosecond. They say that consciousness moves faster than the speed of light. And some people calculate the speed of light of 299 million kilometers in 1 second. So that means we can go to the whole other end of the universe in a nanosecond. That means that in the practical sense that we can go from 0 to zillions in a nanosecond. But what is the resistance in the way? What thought processes do we have in the way that makes it think that it's slower, that's going to take longer than that? It can take until we get to a nanosecond. That's when we really are manifesting and mastering our reality in such a way and being a model for success that's going to allow us to do things instantaneously. And so that's what I'm really here for on this show and any other show that I get on or any show that I create or any class that I teach is to be able to do it all. Not just one aspect, do it all at once. Be everywhere at once, omnipresence at once. And that's what's going to knock all these systems down because these systems are very fragile. It's just they got us thinking that it's not what they say when the cow has a little wire fence around it, it can lean on the little wire fence and be free. And the little wire fence is holding them in to captivity with the cow and the cattle mentality. And so we got to go that system that everybody think is the big bad wolf, or a lot of people think is that it's just like that little wire that you could just lean on and go, I get a little shock, but you're gonna get a little shock. You're gonna have some disagreements. You're gonna have to get in some squabbles. But that don't mean nothing. All we doing is leveling up with that and moving forward so that everybody can win that wants to be winners in the
Mm-hmm.
process. But everybody else want to talk about losing and all this other kind of stuff. Well, that ain't of me. I didn't come
That's
here for that.
That's what I was saying. Look, you heard what you said. You can say we can do it right now. We in the
Right
Lions Gate
now.
portal. We can do
I'm
it right
with it.
now. I refuse for us to go into the Lions Gate portal and look
Come on
into
now.
that black sun and to look at that black sun. We talk about serious. All of us are talking about serious.
Right.
That's
Whether it
the
be from the
point.
moral perspective, whether it be from the Omega perspective, whether it be from we all talking about spirit. I refuse to go into the Lion Gate portals and talk about cowardly lion things. We can only go into this Lion Gate portal and claim and take back our right.
Yes.
And that's right now. That's why we saying right now. And this
Mm-hmm.
obstacle is getting removed. You know what I'm saying? If it deemed to call itself a challenge, then I'm an Aries. God put me first. You bet on me. You always bet on me. I'm gonna run through that challenge, whatever challenge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in challenges. Those are just words they make up because a lot of shit be illusion. But yo, young elder, before we get out of here, we almost at two. I wanted to ask you about. We were talking about multi dimensions and looking at yourself in all these different realms, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the butterfly effect?
The butterfly effect. I think that the butterfly effect. I think that it's real. It's a real reality. It could be a real reality. It just depends. It just depends. Uh uh When you said butterfly effect, something popped in my head about I was thinking about the Mandela effect. The Mandela
We
effect.
can talk about that too. Whichever one, but the Mandela effect, the butterfly, these are things that deal with the mind that we're not really just talking
Yeah.
about. And there's some things that you can block, like MK Ultra. You can block MK Ultra with labradorite. You can mess
Yeah.
up their AI research with kente cloth. It shit sound crazy, right? But if you have
Mhm.
certain kind of kente cloth up, it messes up they face recognition. This is stuff that our ancestors
Mhm.
were doing and knowing. That's why I be like, we got to tap into the ancient ancestors and readers and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? When I say about the butterfly effect, it's talking about changing our reality, changing our past, present, and future. The ripple of time.
Mhm.
The ripple of time.
Mhm.
Even though we can even say time is illusion, like Neb just said about being everywhere all at once. We really got to tap into that movie Everywhere All at Once because it's not there's not no it might be or anything like that. It's multiple. This is facts. This is what they're talking about. Concern about taking gravity and condensing gravity into particles and opening portals in time. This is what they talk about in what's that thing, Stranger Things. They can't create nothing. They're not that smart where they just coming up with these ideas and everything. They tell you what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's most definitely a affinity of young elders out there doing a pod show over BET Network or over NBC or the president of the United. There's 1,000 Neb Teharkas that there's a high priestess or presidents or on the moon doing moon shit. You know what I'm saying? It's 1,000 different versions of us. We just got to tap into them. You know what I'm
Cause and effect.
saying?
Cause and effect. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about when you said that the cause and effect, because they go back to the seven principles of the universe. Yeah, cause and effect. So whatever we do, whatever we do, uh, for a cause, um, we are pretty much. I'm gonna tell you, our ancestors already really did all the work for us. Like as far as the end results on the theories, all the theories, right? Like say, like it's already scientific proven that if you sell dope, eventually the police gonna get you, somebody gonna rob you, you'll go to it's already we already seen a lot of the stuff that's being that's affecting us. We already seen the end result of it, right? So that connects with I was thinking about the Mandela effect, but that's dealing with the butterfly effect too, where the cause and effect. Whatever we do for a cause is gonna be an effect. Now we can control and master it, and like I say, just for example, it's this chick named Dr. Candace Matthews down in Houston, and she go around and helping our people out, like a lot of the apartment complexes and things like that of that nature down in Houston is owned by Arabs, Chinese, and you should see some of the living conditions they got these people living in with mold. I mean, they don't fix nothing, leaking roof, all this shit, right? And so when Candace Matthews, when people complain about it, they just say, they don't do nothing when the tenants complain. But then when Dr. Matthews go over there with the camera, the loud horn, and and all the news people, you know what I'm saying? The effect of it is, oh, they put me on blast. We got to start putting these suckers on blast. Like everything that's happening to us. It can't just be one person, blasting it. We gotta, when we see wrong, especially when it's done to our people, we gotta blast it as, I'm talking about not just like not marching, like, and pumping your fists. And no, we gotta expose these suckers. We got to expose these suckers, and that's another form of what happens when you implement the butterfly effect. When you start going and saying, "Hey, look at these guys! Look what they doing! Look at, like, expose them with their pants down," and that's the cause, and then the effect is because embarrassment, man. I know people that quit crack because of embarrassment. Crack is a hard drug to get off of, and heroin. Those are hard drugs to get off of, but embarrassment, when they embarrass, people get embarrassed, man, that make you either shit or get off the pot. You know what I'm saying? Barbecue or mildew. So yeah, that I think that ties in with the butterfly effect too. We can create our own reality. We can create our own cause. What is your cause? You know what I'm saying? My
That's
cause is,
what.
I think my cause is to get people like awoke, like get them like to a certain level to where they gods again. They gods people have their own definition of God. Well, my definition of God is whoever's in control. Like if somebody got a gun and they robbing you, at that point they in control. Now if you might know some MacGyver type shit where you can grab the gun and do all that shit, but yeah, but that only happened in the movies. I only see that happen in the movies, not in real life. But it's a cause and effect. What'd you say?
I'll say this. This is why we got to
Yeah.
tap in with the ancestor work, right? Because you can go to
Yeah.
that railroad track and holler at Ogun and you be bulletproof. One thing about it, when I traded the damn pistol for crystals, you know what I'm saying? When I traded crystal for pistols, I ain't got shot at in a long time. I ain't got robbed in a long time. So a lot of stuff it do work. We got to use it. You got to tap into it. The guys say
That's
they
right.
ain't had readings. If you ain't had the reading and shit, you ain't had nobody tell you which way to go or not go. Or we can use and then we'll bump into the wall and call it whatever. Or we can say, oh, you do MacGyver, but we don't got to do MacGyver. We can go Ogun and the gunner jam. They'll try to put it. And it won't, I'm telling you, and the gun won't fire. So it's a lot that we can do that we not tapping into because we saying we guys, but we not doing God shit. We not really tapping into that God power, real power.
Yeah, we forgot,
Yeah,
man. We
that's what I
forgot.
was. Oh, go ahead.
That's
Sorry.
part of the
They might
butterfly
go around
effect too.
the gun jam and they look at it and shoot them in the face. Real shit happen. And look, there's a lot of motherfuckers that not here right now that play. You know what I'm saying? Like young old man baby said, they played stupid games and found out. You know what I'm saying? Got stupid rewards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I want to say about it.
Go
If
ahead.
we know that, right, and just like you said that we can call on Ogun, that's the Nita rat, right? Then you have the Nita rule. But my point is, we know these things, right? So we know that there's forces of nature. All of the things that we need to do to activate our God mind or take this shit back over is already a part of the universal conscious field. And we just listen and actually elevate ourselves to that point. We already got the answer to what we need to be doing. You know, going back to just like you said, calling up on and using those forces. This is what we need to be doing. This is activating the God mind and using the universal consciousness to actually do shit instead of being in doubt with the cowardly, lying. You actually tapping into those forces and using it instead of we just learning about learning about shit. We just put the shit into use because it's already there. The answer is already there. Everything we need to do and know is already there. Call on the forces. That's what I gotta say about it.
Yeah, call on yourself. Call
Call
on
Exactly.
yourself. Call your own damn name. That's what I'm talking about. When
Yeah,
I
you do
just
that
had the
too.
situation, everybody got the guns drawn, everybody about to do this, and then everything turned out peaceful. Hey, it's frequency. There's a level of consciousness where your influence grows, where you'll influence the people around you. 750,000, a million people, 1 point something million people. Your consciousness continues to grow, and the frequency which
Yeah.
that is going to subsume, or the other lower frequencies are going to be subsumed in your frequency. If you at the level where you ain't supposed to get shot, you just ain't gonna get shot. You're not gonna be available, or you're not gonna be visible to even be shot at tapping into this level of spirit and
Right.
consciousness, like
that
what
That's
part.
we
right.
talking. You know what I'm
Look,
saying? So
That's right.
it takes getting beyond the limitations of the physical. So we see somebody, oh damn, the limitations of the physical come to you, you shift
Yeah.
into the spiritual. If you feel impeded in your progress in the spiritual, you move into the superliminal or the energetic mind that makes you damn disappear. It's all available, and this is where the millions of years of memory is there.
Yeah.
It's all available, but we just ain't used it. It ain't been a big enough purpose to use it.
Right.
It
That's
just
right.
we just watch it in the movies, but we creating our own hologram. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I love it. I love this kind of discussion. And I was laughing. I was laughing because
He said barbecue or mildew. My dad say that all the time. Hey, nigga, you gonna barbecue or mildew? What you gonna do? You the
Yeah,
first
you're
person,
gonna
hey,
shoot,
young elder, you the first person I heard say that besides me. That's why I was cracking up over here.
yeah. Hey, Mike Epps was to talk to that butterfly effect, cause and effect, and reality, right? Mike Epps said that he got kidnapped by some guys and they were gonna go kill him, and they put him in the trunk, right? And he said they were bumping some music loud, right? And then when the music went out, he said, "Hey, play that." He knocked on the back of the seat. He said, "Hey, play that again," right? When he said that, they all started laughing, and then they eventually they let him go because he made them laugh. So it's like you gotta, it's timing too. It's all about the rhythm. Like sometimes you can do shit at a certain time and it might not work, but then if you do it like at another time, it might work. So timing do also too. You know what I'm saying? And with the time that we in now, this is our time. We going back in the sun cycle. So all Nubians around the world, the sun is being activated more. Those stones are gonna get stronger. The energy that's all the stones that Orisha working with, all the Jews, those stones are going to get more potent, more power, because we're going into that cycle of where everything is going to be reactivated again. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going to go to a whole nother us, our DNA. We got crystals in our blood. We got metal, gold in our blood. So all this shit, we finna have, like, we always had the power. I mean, that's why we dominate in everything, really. But we finna get a whole nother level that's gonna really, you're gonna really see a separation between who's the original people and the people, the gods, and the people that don't got this. They finna have to get on. They finna have to go to the caves or whatever. You know, they want to get the hell. They want to get the hell out of here. But if what we can do is we need to study and understand the sciences we had, like the Vunun and this different sciences. That shit is way deeper than what we know. That's why that's why they didn't want us messing with it. That's why they had to come with the with all their different religions, because our shit trumped theirs. When the Christians came to fuck with the people in Hades and they used that shit on them, right? The mosquitoes tore their ass up. Like, gave them, look. So we had power over insects. We had power over animals. You ever seen that?
Yes.
Yeah, you remember there was a Crocodile Dundee movie when he was in Australia and he got out and he did something to the bull, and our ancestors, animals used to walk right up to them. Some, it's probably happened to some, it's starting to happen to a lot of us now, where animals just walk right up to you and look at you. Remember Orisha was talking about it on the last show we did, when he said when y'all went to the mounds, the deers came up after y'all came down, they looked at y'all, said, "Oh yeah, they cool," and they did their little bow, and then they went on. So this is about to start happening more. But fear will, because these animals, they can feel instincts. They can feel your instincts. They can feel they got instincts, right? And they can sense if you not your calibration off. So some of them will run, some of them will attack you, not out of fear, but out of thinking that you scared, right? Like the snakes. Like if you can't really have, if you have fear with the snakes the snake get say he'll be in fear, he'll bite you, but he not biting you because he want to bite you. He biting you because you giving off the bad energy. You fucked up. You giving off yeah. So it's like we dealt with all of this alligator. We used to have alligators as pets.
Used to.
Alligators as pets, huh?
We doing that. That's what I'm saying. All this shit we be talking about used to. We do that shit right now. We in that time frame right here, right now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We just got to do it. We just got to live it, and then we got to identify. Yeah. Like we can't throw our pearls. We can't throw our stones to swine. What does that mean? We can't wait for everybody to catch on to this shit. We got to link up with the other like-minded masters and create the Emerald City. Everybody ain't gonna be able to vibrate to the Emerald City. Everybody ain't gonna be welcome to the Emerald City.
That's right.
So no, I was just agreeing with you. Neb said the same exact thing earlier when he was talking about getting into the animal world, and I don't know if they think that I'm saying when I'm saying, yo, we into these pythons, we into these animals, we breed. Go ahead though.
Yeah, so that's what I think though. I think that we need the animals to protect us. The animals are because you remember they talk about in they book and they doctrine, they said in the revelations that they gonna make the birds come down and start eating all the people, eating the people that was that they so we got control over the bees. We had this knowledge. Like I say, you go back and study when they what happened in Hades, they the mosquitoes wipe their ass out, wipe the French out. And so and it's like this: a gnat could kick your ass. A gnat would kick your ass. I'm gonna tell you, look, they got it don't matter how big a gun you got, how swole you are. You could be like Buff Bagwell or one of these big swole 7-foot giant, right? Man, if a gnat fly in your nose or in your eye or in the crack of your ass, man, look, all you gonna be thinking, yeah, but a gnat fly can fly in your ass. A gnat, you know how small a gnat is, and you gonna be all you gonna think about is how to get him out. You're gonna be digging and turning and rolling on the ground. Yeah, trying to figure out how to get it out. So we ain't need guns. Our ancestors really didn't even need guns. They could send a gnat. Man, if they send 2 gnats on you, that's overkill. 2 gnats attack a guy. Yeah, one fly in your eye, one fly in your nose. You're gonna be doing this all day long trying to get him out.
Try
So
to
it's
get
like,
back with a machete.
yeah, we got to go back to that. We got to go back to like I don't nobody missed when the brother said it earlier, but we got to go back to nature, the netters. Same thing as the other brother named Najaru, right? We got to go. That's what, and it translated to God too, right? And in some categories, right? So we got to go back to nature. The they got us scared of nature. They told us, oh, those snake berries, but the whole time they was elderberries. We found out they elderberries growing right on the back fence. But my mama said they were snake berries. Stay away from them. So they program us in a way to where we got to reprogram our whole way of thinking. Even with the wealth thing and all of it. Even with the wealth, while they and they use these tactics. They use these man, it's so many tactics that I could just run off. It ain't even funny that they got us totally disconnected from nature. Half people don't even go outside. The sun is our number one gift, the number one gift. We got the power to stand in the sun. Not everybody got because of melanin, right? The melanin is a powerful thing. They using melanin to go out of space. We use melanin. We can astro travel and stay. We can astro travel farther than them. We can go out. They can't really go out as far as us because the melanin come from the sun. The melanin come from the sun. So like it comes from the sun in connection with the pineal gland, right? And that goes along with what the brother got in his screen right there, because I heard you say Jesus, the 33 thing, right? That's dealing with the 33 vertebrates on the back that when it shoot up to the pineal gland and activate it, just like he got on the screen right there with the comedic disc. That's a part of our science. So we got to get back to our sciences. We got to get back to what we got to read, and then not only that, we got to learn that shit fast as we can and master it, and then pass it down to our children. Because our children is gonna really be the people that we're gonna need to know all this information. Just imagine, man. It's a little kid. It's a lot of look. If you go online, it's little kids that's back using their telekinesis. They can move shit with their mind now. It's a whole bunch of them online now. And what they're trying to do? The government trying to like take these kids and being like create like an X-Men school. Like an X-Men school. So by default, in a way, the children are being born now with these abilities again. The psychic, a lot of y'all are psychics, right? But when you don't practice or work or use your shit, you know what I'm saying? Like they made it evil, all these things evil. And when we don't use them or practice it, it start to fade a little bit, right? Now a lot of us using the shit by default. A lot of us are using it by default, like you do it all the time, but you don't say, "Oh, I'm using my psychic ability." Like something like you might be thinking about, and look, they using they use our psychic ability now. Look, I'm gonna tell you, man. Look, so I had got a bowl of I think it was spaghetti or something, and then as soon as I sat down on the couch, it's like 2:00 in the morning, man. The screen, the commercial come on showing spaghetti. I'm like, oh, these suckers, they using the Bluetooth shit. and the AI shit to tap into our brain and fucking steal our try to steal our consciousness and trying to steal our abilities and transfer it over into this. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, these motherfuckers, you will be, they 40 years, they think they 40 years ahead of us and trying to fuck with us. Like as far as like and all this shit is military. It's the food, poisoning the food, that's the military. It's all this shit is militant that's happening to us. It's the they doing all this shit is militant, man. You know why I say that? It's because we at a constant war. They try to keep us in a constant state of chaos, and that goes back to the butterfly effect. Because the butterfly effect is a part of the they say it's a part of the chaos theory. It's like one of the parts of the chaos theory. So we gotta be aware on what's all the shit that's happening. And once we come online and be aware, we can start countering some of this shit that's happening to us. And not only that, what they don't want to tell us, if we all link up, right? If we all link up on the same mind, that makes us even more powerful. Like the Power Rangers. The Power Rangers, they can fight. They got their own little characters by themselves, but when they join all their parts together, man, they're like a big ass machine that's hard to stop, right? And then that's also dealing with the chakras and all that, right? The different color Power Rangers. They really teaching our science in these cartoons and shit, like Avatar, right? Avatar, the last Airbenders. Like some of us are firebenders. Like I'm an airbender, I'm a Gemini. Some people are earthbenders. That shit is real, but right? That's the fire, right? The firebenders, because you're Aries. Aries is fire, right? Aries, I think Aries and Sagittarius. And I think Leo.
And Leo.
Yeah, fire.
But,
yeah, so
but pay attention to that. All the elements are in you, and right now we're in a fire year. We don't acknowledge that we're still in the fire season, the fire year, and regardless of the things we call it, the energy is still there. You know what I'm saying? If we look at the old calendar, the same thing they say might be fire is equal to light. But weren't we just in the yellow wave spell, Neb Teharka?
Yeah, we just came out of the spirit wave spell, and now we in the eagle wave spell. We just started that yesterday.
I'll say. So yeah, man. Yeah, no, most definitely. Like there's nothing to it but to do it, man. Right now, like you said, hold on one second.
Let me mine.
You good? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. No, what all I was saying was like right now, with all of us being of conscious mind, no matter what level of consciousness, we have conscious mind. We know that we are rulers of our own reality. We stepping into the Lionsgate portal. This is, you know what I'm saying? We fresh into the Lionsgate portal 6 days away from, or what was it? 6 days away from the 808 portal. Everything that we put our minds to, like you just said, because sometimes I might just be, man, let me call Neb Teharka before I can call him. He didn't call me, or anybody that just be. So we already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And not shooting dots or shots at Neb Teharka at all. I just want to appreciate there is no obstacle. You the only obstacle. There is no obstacle. Everything's an illusion to distract you from your higher purpose or your higher goal. The only obstacle there is you. Everything else is an illusion to distract you off the yellow brick road. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Anything that seems like a distraction, that means you not really spiritual. You say you're spiritual because I can't be wavered by emotions. So she's not gonna get me off my purpose. I can't be, they hating on me. I'm gonna get on my purpose. Whatever my purpose on you, that's what you gotta do. Lock in. That's when you become God. What are you the God of? You know what I'm saying? When you become the God of something, that means you locked into that thing.
Yeah.
So shit, that's why I'm like, yo, there is no obstacle at all. You know what I'm saying? We got everything is an illusion. We run straight through it or around it. You have the mind frame that this world is spacious. You can move around some shit. You don't always have to run through it.
Right.
Sometimes I run through some shit just to prove a point, but we don't have to run through it. We can move right around their ass. And guess what? Some of these motherfuckers ain't got cars to go where we're going. They hating on you from the bus. They hating on you, right. And nothing.
Right.
So no, man. Most definitely, man, go into this Lionsgate portal. Luxury is your culture. Go in there with the mind frame of gods and chiefs and leaders of men and leaders of women and real life, you know what I'm saying, integrity, you know what I'm saying? And like he said, Be a part of the cosmic. Be the change you want in the universe. Be the change you want in the universe. But you gotta be it. I can't worry about nobody else but myself, and everybody else gonna fall in place because I want to allow you in my field. You know what I'm saying? Young Elder, what you got before we get out of here, Chief?
Oh yeah, man, I'm back. I'm back on now. We just came off vacation. We back on now, so we're gonna be probably running them all week, back to back. I gotta charge my brain back up and get back on it, right? So, because I still was been studying the whole time I was gone. Like I've been watching what people doing on because we could get on. We had Wi-Fi still, but it wasn't no good Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? But it was all right. You know what I'm saying? What we was so. Yeah, we back on, man. Me and Rod, everybody, me and Risha gonna be running them. Y'all welcome to come on if y'all want. We gonna be just I'm doing more slides now. I'm gonna do more slides. I got more AI videos coming out on like extraterrestrial shit. We pretty much we trying to get everybody back aware to where you super intelligent. We trying to get out and activate that intelligence. We got the intelligence. We gotta just be. I want to know a lot of shit. I just want to keep learning, keep growing every day, keep take care of my boys and just keep growing every single day. Just learn something new every day. That's what my goal is, learn something new every day. Yeah.
Brave, I shall say.
Yeah.
Oh man, baby, what you got coming up, Chief?
Yeah, so I just wanted to touch on what we pretty much covered for this evening. It's all about getting back into your universal conscious mind. We have to get rid of all of the doubt, all of the fear and worry, and if we have any type of thoughts that do not align with us and what seeds we have planted to manifest, we need to change them thoughts and replace them with thoughts that are positive and helping us grow this seed that we have planted inside of our subconscious mind so that we can manifest the reality that we want. So they are already displaying what they doing to us on national TV. They are literally unaliving our people in our face and putting it in our face. So what I have been working on is I have already put out about 7 books already. I just put them out. If you're trying to learn how to get back to your telepathy, clairvoyance, clairaudience, and the comedic science of activating the God mind, I already put the books out. If you're trying to elevate your consciousness to the next level with the step by step, with chants, and like I was telling you earlier, go out and sun gaze for 30 minutes at Atum when the sun first rises. Go out in the evening time, like especially right now, because Sirius is at its highest peak, and it's chance that you can say and you can tap into that energy that'll help you activate your pineal gland. So we all brothers, we all have the same universal consciousness. It's all just different angles of light. We family. We building. That's what it's about. We ain't tearing each other down.
I say.
Hey, how could they get your books? We're gonna have to bring you on because I couldn't link it to my show because I had just made it home. I had to get the laptop, and I couldn't. They wouldn't let me do it from my phone. So I was like, damn, why they won't let me do it from my phone? But we're gonna have to bring you on so you can tell people how to get those books. But for the people that's listening now, how could they get those books from you?
So I'm finna I'm finna put the link in the chat. But it's basically on my website. It's sunraze.store. Sunraze SUNRAZE.store. And if you drop your email right now, I just whoever dropped the email, I go back and get it. Well, put like this: go to the website and sign up. Once you sign up, I'll add y'all to the books for free. This on for the night since we live on the screen. I guarantee you're gonna love the information, and it's gonna give you the powers what you're looking for. And it's pretty much been channeled. And you know how we connected to Baba Yanun, I'm a forever studying under him. That's pretty much my master teacher. But it won't for some reason. It's Sunrays. If anybody can drop it in the chat, sunrays.store. And then you'll just sign up and click on where it says programs, and you'll see all the different programs that I just released. And like I say, go sign up. I'll see it, and add y'all in so y'all can go ahead and tap in because it's needed in this sun cycle and it's next level information for real. So, but yeah, I'm available whenever you're ready.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do it. We'll me and Orisha will come back and do one with you so we can help promote the books and the Orisha's jewelry. We could do like a tape on it. That's a promotion tape, and we'll have everything in the link. So yeah, we'll come back sometime this week. Whenever next Orisha free, or you can just come on with me if Orisha got to work, and we'll go into just go into touching on little like highlights on some of the books, and then tell people how they could get them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I say,
yeah,
they on the website. They only on the
yeah.
website, but like I say, just go on there after the show, just sign up, and I'm gonna see. Soon as y'all sign up, I'm gonna see, and I'm gonna add y'all to all of the books. You know, like I say, it's some powerful information. It really, to be honest with you, some of it is like AEO type. You know, you want to really, you know, everybody don't need to be getting it because everybody don't got pure intentions. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
right.
Like for real. Like once you start reading the information, you're gonna be like, damn, this shit it's gonna tell you exactly what to do if you're really trying to activate your God man. Like removing all the doubts, all of the static is gonna get you where you need to be for real.
I say, I like you said that about the pure intentions. We in Leo season. The Leo is Christ consciousness as well. You know what I'm saying? The Leo energy is representative of that Christ consciousness or that pineal gland. And the thing about it, young elder was just breaking that down about how they poison everything else. They wouldn't do it if they had a third eye. They wouldn't do the things they doing to try to damn fuck us up because it would fuck them up too. They doing it because they don't have a third eye. They don't have these different gene things that they activate. You know what I'm saying?
They pioneer gland is calcified. That's why they wake up on the wrong side of the bed. A lot of these guys, they wake up on the wrong side. They come up with, like that dude, it's a dude named Yetman, used to be chasing us back in the day, like the police. But look, he shot like some brothers in the back. He shot like 3 brothers in the back, right? Well, he shot some of the brothers. He shot straight up, but they fired him from one police department. He went to the town over, got hired again. Then he shot a 16-year-old in the back. They fired him now. Then he went got to the next town over, got hired there. And then guess what happened to him? He got caught. He got caught doing child pornography and bestiality with the police dog. Look, you can pull him up. His name Terry Yetman in Bossier, Louisiana. He got they didn't take him down for shooting brothers in the back and shot the 16-year-old brother in the back and talking about he stole a can Coke. Over a fucking can Coke, a 50-cent Coke. Oh, it looked like a gun, but he lying his ass out. He's a racist sucker, right? But he get caught. His wife turned him in to the sheriffs, and he in jail. He getting 20. He got 20 years for raping police dogs. Yeah, they even got the dog name. They even got the dog name on the damn report. I say that, but like the answer, one way or another, because what goes around comes around, right? That's another part of the butterfly effect. So like our people complaining about like Israel right now, they pretty much trying to exterminate the Pakistanians. But if you go back years before that, the Pakistanians came and exterminated the Africans. They did that to our African brothers. And the African brothers was in that land. So this is the payback. The Israelites, they ain't the Israelites, they're the Israelis. And they really like Germans and Russians, right? But those people are bombing the hell and destroying hospitals, just random shit. The innocent people lining them up, gunning them down. But when you look at that, you got to say, okay, the Africans was in that land first. The Afar people was in Palestine. That was their land in Palestine, the Afar tribe. And these pale Arabs came in and exterminated our people, shooting. They started killing whole families, burning they sit down. Under the Byzantine Empire back in the day. So this is what goes around, comes around. Exactly what they did to the Africans. Now their own people are doing it to them. So yeah, all we gotta do is stay out these parasites' way. We can't why them those Israelis and they fighting against the Pakistanians. That's not neither one of their lands. That's the African land. Yeah. So yeah, they just all we gotta do. The people over there in Africa, all they gotta do is stay out these people's way, let them bomb, and because they bombing the guy at the Giza Plateau, right? That area, and that area, like it was some dudes coming over here saying that, oh yeah, I'm a Egyptian, and he like a pale ass. Man, you ain't no damn Egyptian. Come on, man. Come on, y'all really trying to still run this game? The Egyptians are Africans. Come on, man. But all you can say, because we had Egypt over here too. We had Egypt we was a worldwide culture. We was a worldwide culture. So yeah, these suckers, man, we don't believe your lies no more. We don't believe none of their lies. And we don't care about you bombing each other. Y'all destroying each other because y'all did the same thing to us. And it's about to get ready to start over here. They're gonna be attacking each other. Really, they are already doing it. They just don't show it on TV. They just promote this wag the dog shit where they create these they got these crisis actors, because really Trayvon Martin was the crisis actor. They found pictures. Yeah, they caught this dude. They got his name is something else. His name wasn't even Trayvon Martin. And they pay, yeah, man. Every time you see Ben Crump, always look at that shit. Because Ben Crump is a part of the Illuminati agenda. He's part of the Masonic agenda.
I was
So yeah,
standing
every
away.
time you see, huh?
I was staying away from it because last month we lost a lot of people. Got mad at us when I was saying how I felt about a lot of different things when they talking about that last boy that got killed, and the last boy that got killed, and the last one.
Yeah, man. Some of that shit is wag the dog, man, because some of the people exposing it. Some people that live around where the shit is happening, they say, "Oh, that dude name ain't no damn this or that. It's this, right?" And they showing a picture. They show a picture of the Trayvon Martin. Then they show a picture of him now. And I said, God damn, look, I might need to do a show on that. I might need to do a show on that, man. On how they show exposing these crisis actors. Huh?
They got the boy that died in Ocean Springs. And I said they were asking me about to speak on it, and I didn't want to speak on it, but you bring it up. But I was like, man, fuck him. If you goofy enough to be out there with these motherfuckers thinking everything friendly, use a goofy, use a coon. They did what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to skin a coon. You know what I'm saying? These people, they send their kids over here and they tell their kids that certain things is right, and then the program don't go right for them. The program do what the program's supposed to do. It fuck them over. You got this one girl, black men ain't shit and going to Africa and still ain't got justice. Y'all forgot about that and they got quiet because the white man, if it was a black man, they still would have been talking about him. So when it comes to coons, I'm not here to save the world. Burn it. They tell you in the Bible to burn this bitch down. You know what I'm saying? I didn't came to save you. I came to save the ones that's gonna listen. We better in the ark. If we didn't get on the ark, we needed to go ahead, listen, destroy and rebuild. And when we say that, it scares a lot of people and everything else. But that's why I say shit. I sit back and watch you kill each other. I don't care about nobody. If you that dumb to fall for the same program, you were making us stupid anyway. You one less. Everything and then you crack up your friend.
Because he could have been an informant for them and come on hanging out with us and then going back to tell them. You know what I'm saying?
If his mama and daddy ain't get some get back, you talking about some justice, that nigga, he must ain't had no daddy. Because ain't no way my son died and y'all supposed to be best friends and I know where all y'all live and I got all your phone, man. I'm just saying.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap, cuz you already know.
There's a lot of cowardly lions out here. They waiting for justice. They wait the same justice.
But that shit fake though. That's why they ain't doing it. They get paid. They get paid from the fucking Freemasons Masonic agenda, the Albert Pike agenda. Because Albert Pike said that they was gonna do all this in the dogma and the morals and dogma book. He said that they gonna cause keep the racism thing going. And you notice they even if you go back to they like to do this when for the last couple of years they've been doing this. What they're trying to do is get us mad enough so they can activate the King Alfred plan. The King Alfred plan is still on the table. I don't know if y'all know about the King Alfred, but they said they were gonna round all of us up, and then first they was gonna try to run all the Mexicans out the country, and then after they get the Mexicans, that's what the ICE is doing, right? Then after that. They was gonna then turn the military on us and start rounding us up, put us in FEMA camps, and decide who's gonna live or die. So it's really they trying to activate the King Alfred plan, but that shit ain't gonna work. They stepped us up. The
only ones going to FEMA camps is them simple ass people that gonna go to the FEMA camps. Ain't no niggas going to no FEMA camps. The second you say, listen, I'm from Florida, we rather die. We listen, we live and we die. Listen, I guarantee you, ain't none of us making out there alive. We gonna bank it out. If you for every cowardly lion that took that Ali, that took that jab, and now they in the courts.
Dr. Fauci, you saw that, right? The Dr. Fauci thing. That's shit crazy.
But we told you cowardly lions, don't do it. Can we get an apology? Can we, for all y'all that disowned us and said we were bad for the family or we didn't care about people because we didn't let y'all give us a job? Y'all would have
Stephen
done
A.
it.
Smith came back
I'm
and
not
apologized to Kyrie Irving. You
I'm
know,
trying to
Kyrie
look.
Irving was one of the ones that stood up. Go ahead,
You're
go
right,
ahead.
Kyrie Irving. They did him like a dog. They still in
Yeah,
the public, but they publicly humiliated him, destroyed his career. They made
yeah,
him fucked up his money.
yeah.
The
But they ain't
righteous
do that. They ain't do that. But they ain't do that to your boy Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback for the. He said he didn't take it, and then they didn't do nothing to him. He was a quarterback, the white boy, Aaron Rodgers for Green Bay Packers
Listen,
doing it. He boycotted it. They didn't do him like that, but they took the brother Kyrie Irving and really, drug him into the ground. But Stephen A. Smith came back and apologized to him because he was going and attacking the brother too. A brother was
he was
attacking that brother. You know what I'm saying?
got
Yeah,
a lot of super coons out here, and the problem is we ain't skinning them like we used to.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I'm
That's
about
right.
to get ready to get up
Hey,
out of
that's
here.
a funny. That's a good way to put it.
But before we
We
get
ain't
out,
scared of it like we used
Neb
to.
Teharka, how can we get in contact with you? What you got coming up next, Chief?
Man, I got some incredible things happening. Let me just make one comment. This is everything that was described as victim of circumstance, and I say that from the perspective that if we're creating our reality, if we're creating it, why would we create us to experience this? And that's the perspective that I'm using to help me evolve into this next phase of consciousness. And so it's really powerful to sit and talk about it and see the different people that are being killed, the different things that are happening on different lands. And so again, it becomes a thing of what are we creating? And in the synchronistic human, we are creating a galactic experience. It's not going back to where exactly where we were. We got conquered that way. It's moving into the human technology
Fact.
that's taking us into a place and space that we haven't experienced on this earth and in this body right now. And that is how we're mastering the universe and mastering our reality. Those of us that have the consciousness to be pushed into this position, we are about to tap into our synchronomics. This is an economic initiative. We're about to create a consortium of businesses that are able to thrive. One of the things I used to do before I went into this work of teaching is, I had a consulting firm called IMG Consulting, and I helped the small businesses and medium-sized businesses get government contracts and things of that nature. And I learned a lot from that process. So I always wanted to take a conscious group of businesses and help. You have conscious builders and you have conscious non-builders. They're more intellectualizers. And I'm not speaking on whether that's good or bad, but I'm saying the ones that are builders, I want to get together and create a consortium of businesses and collective talent and skill set so that we can start doing this at lightning speed. Not just we're doing it, but there's also the velocity in which we need to do it at and that we can do it at. And there's nothing other than our will holding us back to do it. So we have access to it. So I'm looking forward to that. I just we just added we do our sessions on every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, called Living Abundantly Beyond the Programs. And the other thing I wanted to say, just real quick, I'm so I love the idea of this um world that we're in, and what I'm experiencing is what's in my heart, is what my perspective is. So if I don't like what I'm experiencing, then I take my mind and have a change of heart and change my experience. And that's kind of the vibe that I'm on, to remove any judgment that I have that's blocking any ability to move into clairvoyance, clairaudience, extrasensory perception. And the hollow mind perceiver, the whole thing in practicing the synchronic order is to be in the practice until you automatically come into more of a telepathic reality, more of an extrasensory being as the norm. So these type of sessions can put you in a position to really want to force or to exert your intellect in a way that you go into higher expressions of yourself to be able to really demonstrate that in your physical reality on a greater level. And so that's what this conversation is. All it's done is made me say, I can show you better than I can tell you. That's all it is. I could talk about all of it right now, but okay, I show what they used to say when you went in kindergarten, where to show and tell, not tell and tell, show and tell. So that, like I said, I always have been that way. You know, you show, and then everybody else will know. And so we got an opportunity to really show and be something right now on here. So I'm looking forward to having more of these stimulating conversations. And when we put all these perspectives together, it's just completely unstoppable. Every perspective is necessary. Every single one.
Hey, you
But we,
rocking that beard, man. You make me want. If I wish I could grow a beard like that. And then he got the wise gray hairs in that joint. He got that beard lined up, man. That beard
hey,
jumping. I'm telling you.
hey, I'm about to take it to a whole nother level, young elder. I'm about to listen. The next time y'all see me, it's gonna be completely on a whole nother different level, octave. You have it. So thanks for the compliment, my brother, and I
Oh yeah, you
appreciate it.
got that beard jumping, man. I wish I could grow like I guess I got more Hindu in me because it won't grow. It won't grow like that. Yeah, like yeah. But I wish I could grow my shit like the Hebrew joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Hebrew joint.
yeah.
Hell yeah, that shit popping off though. I ain't
I
gonna lie. With
appreciate it.
the gray jumping off at the bottom, it got the black, then the shade into the gray. Oh yeah, that's
Yep.
fire.
I
Yeah,
appreciate it, man. Yes, indeed.
Yo,
yes
and I
sir.
appreciate you, Neb Teharka, for coming on with us. I know we might not always agree with everything, but like I said, the only thing I don't agree with is I don't like letting loose on our guys and our chiefs. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be hard on them because shit, we the leaders of the new ones. You know what I'm saying? We gotta
Leaders
push
of the new world.
prosperity. We
Hey,
gotta push
yeah,
prosperity.
yeah. Hey, listen. Well, hey, discrepancies and disagreement is motherfucking necessary. So this
Right?
ain't no tuck your tail and run. You disagree with me, we do it as respectfully as possible. Cool off and come back in, and they'll go come slay some people that need to be slayed. So
Right?
it ain't even no thing with me. I'm unshakable. You
I
see what I'm
see.
saying? And you
Yeah.
are, and you are, and you are. So guess what? We come in, we disagree, and we figure out how to align what we can align, and then we move forward
Uh,
and we keep on pushing this agenda and we lead. This is the thing that I've learned: lead by example. Somebody called me
right.
out on something, okay, great, I'm gonna make the adjustment because I don't have an ego to the point where I
Yeah.
can't make the adjustment.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I still need to grow. I still need to figure it out. And so
Yeah.
I'm looking for you. What they say, iron sharp as iron. So I'm looking for y'all to be. If I say something, challenge me on it so I can say, okay, I got to figure this out because I got to do better than this because these brothers are counting on me and the whole community is counting on me, the whole planet and galaxy. So I just love it, man. So I appreciate the opportunity. Yeah, we may have a little bit of rough edges, but so what? You know, it ain't no love lost. I love
Man,
it.
You know,
we in the double fire. We
Damn
in the
right.
double
somebody
fire
told me.
right
Hey,
now.
we used to test each other, Orisha Stone. We used to test each other to see if they could handle the fire. Now we ain't doing that no more. So now when we get in the fight, we see people dropping like flies, and we like, oh, they shouldn't even be in the fight. Now you got to take on more than you had to, but you're still gonna come out on top. So it's
I
all
see.
That's
good.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
it. We
love
got
it.
we got we got to walk in the fire, man. It's a fire horse
Yes,
in
sir.
Leo season, the fire season,
Come
going
on
into the
now.
Lion Gates portal. We got to be real intentional with every thought. We got to be real intentional. We got to be real pure mind, pure heart. You know what I'm saying? Pure with our speech. We don't want to speak no ill on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? The brother was talking about purity, and the stone I would say for purity would be the stone I would say about purity is the hold on. The stone I would say about purity is peridot. Oh, that's the stone where we're in the season right now. That's the most activated stone right now. We always talk about green stones. The green stone of the month is that peridot gemstone. Let me see. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm rocking with that peridot real tough right now. Boom. You can see that, Chi?
Yeah, that's fire.
And this peridot, you know, Chief Matt came on the channel. He got him a piece the other day. Right now, peridot and jade. Right now, we got to tap into the energy of peridot and jade.
Hey,
I
shout out
see.
Chief Big Homie Chief Mac, man. Chief Mac,
Yeah, big
Chief
shout out
Mac.
Chief
All
Mac,
right.
man. Look, I
Yeah,
thought he was
cheating.
playing. Look, he did everything he said he was gonna do, and he bought a
Yeah, he
couple
do.
pieces and whatnot. But right
He a
now,
real cat.
we're gonna do something else on the August 8 portal with Dr. Kia Pruitt, Chief Mac, yourself, and a couple other guys that got us from the land that we pushing nothing for prosperity. I don't want to hear nothing about who got shot. I don't care who hit their toe on the bed when they first woke up. I don't care about none of that. Listen. We talking about prosperity. What are you doing to bring prosperity in your life? What are you doing to bring prosperity in your children's life, in your spouse's life? What are you doing? And then after you get your fill, then what are you doing to bring prosperity into your comrades' life? Into like shit. Look at them. Look at us. All my dogs look rich. You know what I'm saying? We look rich over
Yeah,
here. We guys.
yeah,
We chiefs. And we're not the
yeah.
chiefs of air. You know what I'm saying? We chiefs of commodities. We chiefs
That's
of
right.
information. You the minister of education. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I'm the
right.
master of coin. We got no
Yeah,
Omac baby, he answer our community. He family, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
Neb Teharka, he from the Melanated Mortars. This family is all been family tribe, family business. So man, we gotta keep on pushing each other to get better and better, get these commodities, be what these people need. You know what I'm saying? We can't do it broke. We can't do it from a poverty mindset. We gotta do it from royalty. If we know that everything's about to flip and we about to get this wealth, are you ready for the wealth?
right.
You gotta think with that wealthy mindset already ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? Be like the lion. The lion ain't trying to save nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, this ain't no
Mm-hmm.
Disney fucked y'all head up. It ain't the Kuna Matata. It's survival of the fittest out here. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
the fittest is who showed yourself approved, who did the work. So with that, man, we're about to get out of here, man. Most definitely tap in with the Peridot, get you some stones. Tap in with us. You know we're gonna do some amazing stuff this week, and we're gonna tap in with Neb Teharka and Omac baby again next Sunday.
Yeah, we rolling. Hey, yeah, I'm gonna be on with y'all because that brother, the brother, not the Naru baby, he an esoteric master. I don't
Most
know if he
definitely.
know it or not, but he an esoteric master because he mastered a lot of stuff that he like. It'll take a long time. I know that's why I want to get up on there and let him spit and do his thing too, and the other brother too, Neb Teharka. We can bring everybody on. We spit and I'll bring some slides, and so we could go over some slides, man, and get back to the stuff that we're talking about, like start setting up for some businesses, online business. They got the online business, all this, So we intelligent, man. Ain't no way we should be broke. We too intelligent to be broke. You know what I'm
That
saying?
shit that's we don't live in that mindset no more.
No, yeah, we too
Hell no, we
intelligent to
out
be
there,
broke.
man. Man, peace to the guys, peace to the earth, man. Thanks you all to the tribe. On
Peace,
everybody in the chat that support us, man. Peace, peace.
peace.
Welcome to Orisha Stone, also known as Sky Serpent Announcements, where ancient wisdom, radiant minerals, sacred jewelry, and Olmec artifacts, along with ancestral treasures, come to life. Stay connected for all new items, new stones, new pieces, new spiritual collections coming forward, made to honor the past, and empower the present, and awaken the future. Tap into live streams with Orisha Stone, where Matriarch Mondays, Chief Talk, Mineral Report, and Whole Mind Matters bring wisdom, culture, knowledge, empowerment, minerals, and whole mind elevation to the community. To join in, tap in, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share at Orisha Stone on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook channels. Discover all Orisha Stone featuring Olmec stones, Olmec artifact collections, and sacred jewelry items. Explore radiant minerals, alchemy pieces, and ancestral treasures at melanatedimmortals.com under the Olmec Antiques category. Support Orisha Stone on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at Orisha Stone. But if you feel like it, if it's in you to do, send all contributions so this cause can continue to pulse through the universe by sending your donations to Cash App at $ Mansa Musa Stone. Ashe. Melanated Immortals, making evolutionary changes has joined Orisha Stone and are shifting the global consciousness of the melanin-dominant population together. Join High Priestess for I Am Makaru and the Mimic family for live stream sessions every Friday at 7:30 a.m. There's the Aligning with the Evolving Cycles of Time Knowledge Empowerment. And then on Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern for the Melanin Frequency Vigil and so much more. Make sure you subscribe at melanatedimmortals.com or follow on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at Melanated Immortals, Womb Evolution, and Melanin Frequency. Welcome, all of you who have taken part in the visual expressions in this space that have been divined by yours truly, Free Reality and Melanated Bloodlines Restoration. Every creation is uniquely inspired, spiritually guided, and designed to uplift, inspire, and transform our wholeness. Thank you so much. I am Priestess Moot, Mayat Nefer Habibullah, bringing to you the Orisha Stone announcements and giving thanks to you for your support to the conscious creativity, sacred design, and the Free Reality movement. Ashe, for any services for yourself, your businesses, or for just your own leisure, your feedback is definitely welcome. So please send that all to freereality@yahoo.com. Or if you just want to donate and contribute, send to Cash App at $Free Reality or Zelle at freereality@yahoo.com. Peace and wholeness, yours truly. Priestess Moot Mayat Nefer.